a bit. Hello, I'm Blitz here with AUI, coach of Falcons. AUI, obviously a long day for you guys. How did you feel like the draft went?
I think we were pretty happy with it. All right, so this is AUI with Coach Blitz of Team Liquid. Obviously a long day for you guys as well. How do you feel like the draft went?
Honestly, pretty good. I like our chances. I feel like Falcons is like a fraud team. You know, I made a deal with one of your players. Did you hear about this?
No.
At an online tournament, we have to give you guys Huskar, but it can only go mid, and you guys only get one ban in the first phase. And you must take Huskar. And Maureen and your team agreed to this. Do you agree to this?
I'm not part of this tournament. Don't play it without me. It's all good.
Last question.
Okay.
One more. Last question.
So last question. Your team's down 2-0 to start the game. Tofu got both the kills though. Normally when that happens, like what's going through your head right now when it's just like you see the 2-0 down?
That's not very good. What even happened?
You guys ran into us and then they just died.
That's not very good.
Okay, throw to Snare and Lizard.
And we're gonna throw to Snare and Lizard, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Blitz. Thank you very much, AUI 2000. Two of the coaching GOATs, TI winners in their own right. And this game, Lizard, I'm extremely excited about it. Team Liquid in 2026 have not failed to make it to the final day of a LAN. Meantime, Falcons, this is the furthest they've been in any tournament in that time period. Whose run do you believe in? Which draft gives you the most confidence in these lineups?
I think I have some confidence in Falcons and the way they're playing overall recently. Like you said, they haven't really reached the final day in quite some time, but they're looking much stronger than they have in previous tournaments.
That is for sure. Well, we have to go back to what happened early on while our coaches were memeing around. Did get 2 kills for Tofu. This is a hero you used to play quite a bit when you were still playing in the position 4 role, so very well versed in this, as well as the fact that Liquid, when they had Insania, would often play the Rubik S5, so it's not atypical for them to go with this kind of direction.
Spirit of Insania lives on. Yeah, overall, the start for Liquid was perfect, and I think they needed the start to stop dodging your question. You did ask about the drafts. I feel like they last picked the Prophet. The global presence is there. Usually they have it from Ace. Now they will have it from Ike. I just want to wait and see just how much he'll be able to do and accomplish with the early TPs. Because this lane on top doesn't strike me like the easiest lane for him. When it comes to the mid lane though, this used to be a pretty good lane for Puck. Like you used to pick Puck or Quap into the Batrider and feel very happy about the lane.
We'll see if that still holds, that wisdom. Right now, it's still relatively even in the CS department. Nisha just dodging Malrine a little bit, getting what he needs, chilling.
I think Bat right now isn't really played a lot on mid. It is just the fact the hero is almost always played either on offlane or support. One of the reasons is he has to hard commit, right? If he goes mid, every time he's going for any sort of a move, he has to hard commit with the Firefly, with the Flaming Lasso. Maybe there's some sort of a build that Malrine can experiment with and showcase that is a bit different.
How many times when was the last time I saw Malrine play Batrider? I think that's a good question.
Not recently. I don't think that they have played the Bat mid this year, most likely. It's one of those heroes that is strictly, in the last few patches at least, on off and position 5, sometimes position 4 as well.
Top lane, Tofu contesting with crit over this Lotus. Amar throws forward the Selly Hammer just to zone them away. We'll pick up the Lotus on Clockwork.
It's a strong lane for Falcons, right? Like you have multiple ways of getting on top of Prophet, and I think that's one of the things that this hero struggles and hates playing against. Like you have the Celestial Hammer, you have Clockwork as well with boots early on, of course, to get him if he's out of position. But Tofu with a good start, you know, like level 2 boots, he should be there for some lift saves.
Would also be very scary for Tofu if he didn't get the early boots. Then you just have like a level 2 Selly Hammer Starbreaker plus Clockwork, he just ends up dead.
Snaking is top, and he's showing actually. They have to make a move.
Okay, they're gonna try to do something here onto Mickey. Crit able to get the cogs pushed back onto Mickey. Mickey fighting right now next to Amar. Starbreaker will come out.
Tofu gave up long time ago. like the moment they initiated on the Prophet, he was already moving back. Like he didn't want anything to do there any longer.
Hey man, he's got 2 kills. He's trying to get a streak for himself. It's down bottom. Skeeter forced to just throw out the Avalanche. In this time period where Snaking was away, was a bit of space being made for Ace.
Yeah, you know that like overall, I value Pango a lot more on the mid lane, but I think in this game it's actually a very strong offlaner as well. You're playing versus a 0 armor Tiny. Swashbuckle definitely hurts, and like usually offlaners struggle to take down the Tiny like from 100 to 0 because he's so bulky early on, has too much base HP. Pangolier with just a casual Blightstone is one of those that can hurt him.
It's also one of those games, right, where because he's building Mage Slayer into a Bat Rider, that feels way better than the Diffusal play for this game. Still right now, after these couple of kills early on, are back into a bit of a farm war. I mean, this is Liquid versus Falcons, right? We had an incredibly long game between them on day 1 of the playoffs, so I'm not expecting this one to be, you know, a rapid affair between them.
Snaking rotating top again.
But there's an Observer, they see him. In fact, they're going to bring in support themselves. Here they come for Snaking. They were ready for the second move. This time around, they will be the ones to punish him. Eki going to get his first kill of the game.
Yeah, it's a very good punish. He did use a TP, by the way, on Hoodwink, so he has to be a bit careful when it comes to the minute 6 rune. Like, this current state of the game from the mid lane is advantageous for Malrine. He's got level 6, a little bit more to work with when it comes to the resources, a raindrop as well, and the Silencer now TPs. The move on Silencer might make a problem to the puck, actually, in the end. Okay.
They're actually going to throw out the lasso. Top lane, they're going for Mickey. He TPs out. He gets away to safety. Mid lane, though, they are diving onto Nisha. Blood Grenade was dropped as well. But there's a Dream Coil onto the Bat Rider, so Malrine might not be able to escape this. Bushwhack Throne doesn't connect. Malrine able to get to the river thanks to the Firefly. Picks up a regen rune too. And Crow Snaking dies, but who cares?
It's crazy how that one move from Eki where he TP'd top, he was too late for mid lane after. Transformed into a dying puck. Snaking, just very well read. He baited them top, and then he TP'd mid to go in for a kill on the puck.
It's gonna set up this Bat Rider for success. Get him to level 7 before the puck does. So after he builds the Blink Dagger, what do you go here? As top, hold on, crit. Trying to aggress onto Mickey. The Cog's secondary pushback will not connect, and Amar can't close the gap just yet for the Starbreaker. He will finally get there. Oh no, meantime, mid lane, Eki is able to show up and ensure that they get Malrine punished.
Mickey though?
Crit. Can they get the Blood Grenade out? They do. Mickey will die next to Amar, so 2 cores dead across the map.
I gotta say, I am worried for this Prophet. Like, this was their overall last pick, but he's 0-2-3 already. This is a hero that can farm very quickly, but this is not an easy Prophet game. Like, I'm looking on the other side. It's the Clockwork eventually with the hookshot. Panel mentioned it. Solar Guardian follow-up, by the way, so Clockwork, even on his own, can through the game just hunt down the Prophet. In this kind of a game, you can just pretty much more or less just search for the Prophet, hookshot in, wait for the Solar Guardian, it's almost a guaranteed kill. And besides that, you have Bat with innate high mobility from Firefly. He's going for a Blink, maybe he'll get Boots of Bearing after, maybe a Bloodstone as well, something to consider from a mid lane Bat. And then you have a Tiny that is buying into Harpoon, maybe a Shadow Blade, Blink Dagger. So just a lot of things that aren't going to make this game easy for Mickey.
Nisha, Dream Coil on it too. Aegon shot from Eki, bouncing between the 2 supports, but no full damage just yet. Heal from the Fairy Fire. We'll make sure that Snaking doesn't die to the Illusory Orb. Eki, though, might not be so lucky. Malrine just needs one more right click. He will find it.
He got the DD as well, by the way. It wasn't denied. It's in the bottle. The projectile arrived at the same time.
He'll activate the DD now.
Gets stunned.
Oh, gets stunned by the Centaur Conqueror. There's no Dream Coil though. Tofu does have lift. Might lift him towards the tower, lift him back towards Nisha, as well as Mickey. Unfortunately, because he's done so, the lasso comes in immediately into the Solar Guardian. Great heads-up play right there from Amar. And a lot of wasted time from Mickey. He came over to help out, but couldn't really accomplish anything.
And he walked, by the way. Bot lane.
They be able to get the kill onto this Pango. Lost Word silences him. Can't escape. No opportunity for the Rolling Thunder.
Is Amar actually hunting Mickey right now? Or just going for the vision? He's just going for the vision. Like you said, Mickey, 45 CS, lowest CS when it comes to all of the cores. He's not level 6 yet, and he walked to that last fight. He didn't use the TP.
Quite unfortunate. Amar will use all of the gains that he's gotten from a more free lane to finish off his phase boots.
It's a very different game style and gameplay from the Prophet than it used to be, like in previous patches, when you basically played without the treants and you just constantly use teleportation to just choke out the other lanes, make a difference, numerical advantage for your team. But when you're pressured as hard as he was, like, you just don't have the resources to do that.
You know, we've been talking about busted stuff for the last couple of days. Okay, Mage Slayer has to be busted if even Dawnbreakers are buying this item, dude. This feels a little bit ridiculous.
Tango roll.
Ace coming bottom with the roll. Akon shot on snaking. Do they have the damage? They probably do with one more hit.
They have a blink
Will
on
he
that.
connect on top of it? He won't. Avalanche will be there. They interrupt him before the swashbuckle. Throw out the global silence. Snaking. Looked like he was fooled, but instead he's the one that gains the bonus intelligence.
Just absolutely nothing is working out for Liquid. Any sort of an attempt that they make on a kill backfires.
This is after the start that they had, where they got the 2 early kills for Tofu.
Yeah, on the positive side, of course, positive note, Global has been used and Lasso, so maybe this gives them an opportunity to once again make a move, maybe around the mid lane, maybe around the bot lane. Yeah, the smoke is coming.
Smoke up, Rubik and the puck, trying to make something happen together. Who will they come across? Nisha ideally would like to be able to find this Tiny. Unfortunately, there is still a Solar Guardian.
They scanned him.
You know where he's at. Puck, Nisha, we'll see him, gets the vision. Do they have the jump? Hoodwink is also nearby with the sharpshooter. Not going to be able to catch up to the Tiny, so might have to just settle for the quick kill on snaking. Eki doing a nice save impression by getting the sharpshooter snipe.
In the previous series, we saw a very similar move, right? Like they moved onto the Tiny under the tier 1 tower, but Nightfall just TP'd out.
Yep.
This time around, a little bit of a different approach. They sacrificed the silencer. And the reason why he TP'd and why he positioned himself the way he did is to delay the push and break any smokes coming Tiny's way. So his job, even though he died, yeah, it's done.
I was asking about the Mage Slayer, but looks like Amar's changed his mind. Just gonna go for the Echo Saber. Beef up the right-click damage.
That's been the build on Dawn, right? Like Harpoon, sometimes Armlet into the BKB. Just like you said, beef up the damage, make sure that you can get Luminosity off a little bit quicker as well. Just overall, Dawnbreaker is, like, with the skill set alone, you bring enough utility to your teammates that you can just ball out into the right click, eventually get the Basher as well.
Now Basher feels super good here. Good against the Nature's Prophet, against both supports. So far things are going perfectly for Falcons. Might go even better now as they smoke up. Malrine and snaking. Global Silence is online and so is Lasso, and they're looking for Mickey and they are gonna find him. Lasso onto him, the Firefly burn damage is there. There's gonna be the global, but they feel like they need to get out. Too many heroes from Liquid porting in. Thankfully, Malrine's burn is enough to kill Nature's Prophet, but the question is, can he get out? The answer is no. Dream Coil from Nisha ensures that he's held in place and killed off by Liquid.
1-for-1 in the end. They did force basically every TP from Liquid to help out the Prophet. He still does burn out in the end. He still did tick out. Overall, I mean, Global was used. Something that maybe Liquid can play around. It's a very long cooldown, and Dream Coil will be up again in 40-ish seconds.
Could they not have saved the Bad Rider if they Solar Guardian?
Maybe they could, but it would be a save your friend syndrome, right? Like you use Solar Guardian, maybe both of you are dying now. Because they did commit a lot into the Prophet. You had no global, Firefly was running out as well.
Amar's like, I'm the real carry gang, so do what you need to do.
Yeah, on the other side, I feel like at this point, Nisha might be the real carry. Like he has 1k more or less than the Prophet. He's been given a lot of stacks. He has a Witchblade completed, flying out to him.
He's gonna also participate in another kill. Goes the way of Ace this time around, who does have his Mage Slayer and starting to stack up into the Aghanim Scepter for the Pango. So this early game looked like things were not starting to work out for Team Liquid, but they found a couple of pokes here and there.
They found a couple of pokes, but when I said that Puck has 1,000 gold more than the Prophet, I didn't mean that in a really good way, because Prophet is really, really poor.
He just needs to be ignored for now. Just trying to farm the jungle. At least he has his Maelstrom, so we're going to have faster farming. Unfortunately, he's being hunted again. Malrine is in the area. Nature's Prophet, though, does manage to leave.
Yeah, he read the move well. Even with the Invis Batrider, he manages to get away. Kind of unconventional, though, that we haven't seen a single aggressive move from Prophet mid lane.
Clockwork, try to go in for the hook shot, looking towards the puck. Lasso out onto Nisha. Malrine gets another kill. Ace, can he find a counter here? There's a Bushwhack out onto Crit. Crit is being saved by the Solar Guardian. Amar now making his presence known in the fight. Crit will still die in the end to the Swashbuckle.
Solar has been stolen, by the way, by the Rubik.
Ooh.
It's one of those spells that it's harder not to steal than to steal it. The moment that the Dawnbreaker goes down, there isn't a single spell that she can use fast enough, so nicely done by Tofu anyway, of course.
Do you just reserve that to try and save Mickey if he gets gone on again?
You can. They can use it maybe aggressively with the puck, like Dreamcoil Solar Guardian is also a pretty nice combination.
For now, though, Falcons have managed to claim their second Tier 1 tower, opening up the map a little bit, forcing Tofu and Eki onto a massive dewarding duty.
How's our Tiny doing, by the way? We haven't really talked about him at all. Tiny is chilling. He's got the Echo Saber, getting the Shadow Amulet for the Shadow Blade, of course, as well. So far, they haven't really utilized the Tiny all too much.
They might utilize the Solar Guardian top. Snaking managed to get off some very good wards. Finding vision. There's the Dream Coil out onto the Silencer. But again, Silencer happy to be the only one that dies after all this effort from Liquid.
You know, speaking of Tiny, just one thing. When you look at Liquid, and when you look at the combined HP of these heroes, like, Tiny is going to hurt. Like, whoever he goes on, that's almost 100 to 0, right? Every single hero on Liquid is just so damn squishy.
And they also have so much catch, right? We've seen a lot of these Tiny games where he might struggle to get to the priority target, but that's not going to be a problem in this game.
Yeah, they have a ton of catch, and he can build into catch as well. Maybe a Blink Dagger on him is also possible. I think Harpoon is good enough in this game. I don't think he desperately needs the Blink. Maybe a BKB Harpoon and you're good to go.
16 minutes in, 9 to 10. Relatively even. Mickey just a fireman. Okay, if it is going to be the case that this guy is going to go into this big damage build, how many Aeon discs do we need on Liquid?
Quite a few. But the thing is, you cannot go for Aeon discs. I think these supports cannot be all too self-centered.
Bottom lane. Ace getting caught right now by Malrine. Amar shows up. Solar Guardian, Starbreaker, killing spree for Amar.
No roll-up, of course. It's quite early, 17 minutes, so no real play out of that one for Ace. I think what they need is the spells, right? They caught the Clockwork.
Okay, can they kill him though? Wrath of Nature, bouncing around the map. There's a Blood Grenade thrown out as well as a Fade Bolt. Nice free kill.
He could have used Hook, by the way. It was off cooldown. Amar was close enough, but okay, opts not to. I think they need a lot of dispels on Liquid. You are playing into a global silence, so you need Lotuses, you need Yule Scepters. Right now I see a couple of Force Staffs being built on the side of Liquid. It's also good, like you're playing into Solar Guardian, into Clockwork. Force Staffs, of course, are amazing.
Mid lane. Malrine was trying to hunt down Nisha, but he gets out. We have seen some really good stuff out of... It used to be the traditional thing, right? You see Clockwork in the enemy team, you buy as many Force Staffs as possible on your supports.
It's good again. Force Staff versus Clockwork was kind of trash item in the last patch because of the expanded armature. But now that the expanded armature is actually added to your Aghanim Scepter, Force Staff became a pretty good thing again.
Gonna have 3 of them, right?
And you see the build, by the way. This is something I'm seeing from most top-tier Clockworks right now, and that's the Blink build. And it kind of works. I mean, you have a hookshot and you have a Blink Dagger, so you can just blink behind an important target and use the power cogs, and then push them back, maybe hit the cogs a couple of times.
We saw this yesterday, but the interaction is better here because there's no Night Stalker, so they're not gonna, you know, negatively interact with each other. It'll be very straightforward from Crit. But the game has slowed down a little bit. Who benefits from this more, you know, quiet and protracted farming period?
I feel like Liquid does because they were completely aggressed on and the map was looking pretty scary. There's so much catch on Falcons. But so far they have managed to stabilize and get at least some farm on the Prophet. But overall, there's a 12k net worth Dawnbreaker running around the map. I feel like he benefits the most than anyone else.
Malrine finding Ace. Global Silence also expended. The Dawnbreaker that you just mentioned shows up for yet another kill, and he's going for more. Starbreaker out onto Tofu. Tofu almost certain to die here. It's a double for the Dawn.
They had 2 Force Staffs there, but I believe one of them got hit by the Flame Break, and the Force Staff didn't really work. It was one of those mini interactions that broke it. But from Liquid, whenever you're playing into these long-ass cooldown team fighting abilities, the way you play against it is you don't. You die the first time when they go on you, and then you fight after when everything is on cooldown. But so far, they've never made a move. They made like one move early on when Global was down. That is it.
Amar is alone away from his team. If they knew this, they might have tried something here with the sharpshooter, but...
Has a BKB though.
Yeah. Dude, he's level 17?
Yep.
Hell?
He's 501, level 17. He was given a couple of stacks as well to work with. Buying a nullifier next. It's Amar. He wants to carry the game.
Smoke up still available from the Puck and the Hoodwink. They got scanned out bottom, unfortunately, so I don't think anybody will get caught. They just get a tower for themselves from Mickey. At least able to get some map pressure out. It's not looking good right now.
Crit managed to snatch the Wisdom Shrine, by the way, on the right side as well.
And this was a lot of time that was spent by Eki and Puck. So if you're not able to find any of these kills, right, do you just have to rely on scaling and hope that Nature's Prophet can super hard carry you later? As mid lane, they're going directly out onto this Puck. They try to get him out with the Force Staff. It'll buy a little bit of time. Phase Shift allows him to blink away. That will probably doom Tofu, however, as Amar chases him down with the BKB. He's still alive. They Yule's up onto Eki as well. So both of these supports, their lives will be forfeit in the end.
Yeah, both of the supports just bought Force Staffs. They used them on the Puck to keep him alive. They did keep him alive. The main reason, of course, why he does survive is there was no global in this fight. Like, they initiated a little bit too soon. The cooldown was still there on the silencer, so he couldn't follow through. Still a good fight for Falcons. Like, this game feels... I mean, the advantage is 5k 22 minutes in. Not too high, but it feels very free. The only X factor, of course, is the Nature's Prophet, and how much will this hero actually be able to do once he starts joining the fights. But so far, like, he hasn't really been doing that.
Have you been seeing him in your pubs?
Not really, no. Like, the only advantage that they're getting, why he has 6 assists, by the way, is his ulti. He's been using the ulti whenever they were trying to make any kills, which is something, of course, but not a lot.
Does have the Hurricane Pike now, so those moves that we were talking about earlier with Clockwork being able to jump in with the hook shot does become a little bit more difficult to pull off.
Trouble. Okay. We need to go when the shit is on cooldown. They just keep farming us every 2 minutes.
Yep.
Tofu agreeing with your assessment.
Something we discussed a little bit earlier, right? Amar has a BKB though.
Does indeed. They still jump him. They're on top of him. Lift back. Bushwhack is there, but they just don't have enough damage just yet. He still was holding on to the BKB during the global, and now Malrine jumps back in. Lasso out. Hookshot also to follow up from Crit, but Mickey has made his way into the fight at long last with the full Mjolnir, able to right-click down onto Amar, now looking to Malrine, able to get him too. Skeeter is here as well. He cleaned up Tofu on the back lines, but he can do nothing to help out Snaking, who's being shadowed by Nisha, demolished by the Puck. And Team Liquid finally able to mount a successful move.
Okay, that was a massive successful move, by the way. That 5k lead just absolutely disappeared. I was wondering if this Prophet will be actually able to join the fight successfully, but there you go, 2.6k damage from him, 2.9k from the Puck. Pangolier as well, surviving, managing to juke. Like a pretty good fight. I feel like Falcons, after everything that has happened, they felt very confident. Because look, Dawnbreaker gets gone on. Some would say just BKB and run away with Celestial Hammer. He BKBs and turns on them because he knows that there's follow-up. But Bat just gets way too much damage, like just as a secondary target. It was collateral damage that went on him. And Skitter wasn't able to find like a big target. He finds the Rubik, but you are not killing the Prophet. I think this Tiny's job is actually to do as much damage as possible to the cores, Puck or the Prophet, because he can blow them up.
I don't think they expected Mickey's positioning in that area. He was like really far forward, and it's like, well,
He was literally in the middle. Yeah, usually as a Prophet, you're trying to kind of be on the outskirts, right? Because you're a glass cannon. This hero was more or less always a glass cannon, so yeah, he was definitely deep.
going BKB next. Like this a lot. A lot of the damage output that they have at the moment from Falcons is going to be the magical damage until we scale more for Skeeter. So for Liquid, they still have a minute about while the global silence is down. Do they just wait for their respawns and go again?
I think so. I think they can. Like 30 seconds on the Dream Coil, it's a pretty low cooldown at this point. Like they can make a move. Prophet is always pretty much ready. Of course, they could wait out the BKB. They have a couple of crucial items coming. The BKB on Prophet is pretty big, and Hoodwink, of course, queuing up the Lotus. So 2 Dispels, Yule Scepter, Lotus, 3 if you count the BKB on Prophet, of course.
The odds have shifted now. 60-40 game. Do you agree with that? Feels, I don't know, maybe 55-45?
No, to me it still feels 60-40. I know people don't agree with the assessment usually. It can be deceiving. I think it's kind of correct, considering what the team fight looks like from Falcons if they get to go on their targets properly. The last time, this last fight, we saw what happens when Liquid can find the right targets and when Falcons aren't really ready to fight.
It probably helps that Amar was the one that they went on, right? So no solo Guardians who come and just disrupt everything.
It's probably always. Whenever you're playing versus Dawn, my one tip is always try to go on the Dawn. Like wherever she is on the map, always try to find her first.
Well, the Gs are going to be coming out. Play will resume. Nisha farming triangle on Radiant side. Mickey farming Dire triangle. So we're going to get closer towards this Parasma for this Puck. And afterwards, also going for the Lincoln Sphere. So doesn't want to get lassoed. Wants to be able to just bail himself out of pretty much all sticky situations.
Yep, this is one of those games where Liquid have to be very careful at how they set up the perimeter and what area they fight around. They need good wards, they need front line to be correct to prevent the Tiny from reaching the Prophet, to prevent the Batrider from just lassoing anyone he wants to. It's not an easy game to play at all for Liquid.
Crit. Looking for the hook shot. Gonna throw it out onto Eki, and we get to see what this combination looks like. Mickey is probably saying, yeah, I know it's not fun, bro. Don't worry. I understand the pain.
Whoever shows himself, as long as they have this combo, they can go on him. It's just the nature of the beast. Not a lot that Liquid can do about that, but as long as the supports are the ones dying, that's kind of fine. As long as you can reset and go with the cooldowns.
Do not have that BKB for Mickey. We could see them try to make something happen once they get the shot for Ace. Very, very close to picking it up. But they could still play aggressively now. Nisha also coming through as well to connect.
They have
an observer ward, yeah.
They saw the Dawn, but he's already out of there. He's got a nullifier, by the way. So Harpoon, nullifier. I didn't go for something that we see more often recently, like the AC build or some extra little bit of utility for the team. Nullifier, of course, also not too shabby.
Our boy Skeeter has just been chilling. Has BKB almost complete. Is there anything they need to wait for after he picks up his BKB?
I don't think so. The cooldowns, that's all. Solar Guardian is up in 9 seconds, so more or less they are ready to roll. The BKB on the Tiny, by the way, will come at the same time as the BKB on Prophet.
Mid lane, though, they're going on the Tiny. The BKB is not here just yet. The Solar Guardian is available, however. It's coming through at the same time as the Global. And with the chain disable they have, they're able to bring down Nisha even through the Yule Scepter. Ace unable to escape either. Brought back in place by the Harpoon of the Dawnbreaker. That's another kill going the way of Falcons, and Malrine looks like he's not done just yet. Looking towards Eki, chasing this Hoodwink to the other side of the map. But with this Haste Rune, there's no escape for Eki. Skeeter ensures this, drops the Avalanche. And this goes back to what you were saying. If you don't go on the Dawnbreaker, she will come onto you and interrupt everything you're trying to do.
Yeah, Eki was a bro. He used the Force Staff on the Rubik, who was TPing out, but because of that, he does die. Haste Rune as well. Lucky for the bat, helping out, of course. Puck is definitely not a hero that can allow himself to get going on, right? Like, if you get lassoed, if you get going on, most certainly you are just dead. Hence the Lincoln's build up by Nisha. Of course, he's not really there yet. It's going to be a free Aegis for Falcons.
All right, I've got some trivia for you again. In all timing, oh, hold on. Malrine.
Okay.
Okay. That's nice. Ace gets the kill for that one. That's gonna complete his Aghanim shot.
Tofu stole Avalanche. By the way, Eki, when he force staffed him and saves him, I think it's actually worth it. Trading the life of Hoodwink for Rubik if he has Avalanche.
Has Dream Coil. If any of these heroes show it, gets onto 2. He's still alive, but he's almost bursted down by Skeeter. Manages to barely survive, but now Mickey coming in behind Skeeter. Very far from his team. He's gonna try and pull a Nightfall here. Swashbuckle, shield crash, they get him. Life number 1 is gone. Now there's no BKB nor a TP available. As a result, no way out for Skeeter. Mickey, carry-to-carry matchup, shows up and punishes the Tiny.
They didn't have a couple of their cores as well, by the way. They were on the other side of the map. Bat, of course, still dead from the mid lane fight. A very, very good pick-off by Liquid. And a pick-off, I mean a full team fight in the end. I think Mickey also surrounded him by not only with the Sprout, but with the Trends as well. If you look at the Skitter Tiny, like, he can't get away. He has a Quelling Blade. He's not using it. He's just like standing there. He tried TPing actually. Never mind, I take that back. They managed to kill him through the BKB TP.
Pretty big deal, especially how much gold he was worth. A killing spree ended, and it's Mickey that gets it. So Mickey is now the top net worth in this game. All right, here's the question, right? Trivia. How fast do you think this nullifier was for Dawnbreaker all time? Like, what rank is he?
I think he's top 3. Considering how fast he bought it, it has to be top 3. Very rarely do Dawnbreakers buy it this early on.
I didn't see the exact time, but you're right, it's 3rd. If we're correct, it should be 3rd.
Close enough.
Behind only Lima and Crystallis.
I have ChatGPT opened on the other screen, so...
There we go. 25-13. It's 3rd fastest all time. Shout out to him. Fastest on this patch, of course, by quite some margin. As Falcons, we'll see if they can leverage the strength of this super farm Dawnbreaker. They're going to smoke up behind him. They have all their spells available.
There's a DD on Puck, though. This could be dangerous if they don't find the right target. Another thing that I would really like to see from Tofu is a shard. By the way, he's not buying it. He's got Blink, he's got Force. It's a pretty good shard game versus Clockwork as well.
There's also a great opportunity for the lasso. Double lasso coming in from Malrine. He just picked up the Aghanim Scepter immediately into the Solar Guardian. They lose the Pango and the Rubik. Harpoon going forward onto Eki. Starbreaker is there as well. And man, what a reveal of the Aghanim Scepter. Malrine with this build completely catches Liquid off guard.
Grandmaster Bat. I wonder just why they don't play it more often. This is looking pretty damn good from him. It's crazy that the net worth lead is still negligible, right? Like a 2k lead for Falcons, even with all the pickoffs that they're getting, isn't really growing all too much. Most importantly because of Mickey, right? Like, this Nature's Prophet has completely bounced back into the game. And even though, yeah, they just lost 3 heroes, he's still farming. He's farming across the map. He farms a little bit on your side and he goes back to his. He's level 22 with the Silver Edge now as well.
Got Silver Edge. He wants to go into the Butterfly next. a bit of a problem given that, you know, it's quite rare to expect a Tiny to be buying the MKB.
Is it a butterfly or satanic? What do you think? Which one does he go for first? He has both queued up, that's all.
If he dies in the next fight, he goes butterfly first. But if everything is just going well, he'll pick up the satanic.
Really? Like, I would think it's the other way around, no? Like, satanic gives you a little bit more sustain in fights.
I'm just thinking of how he's going to die, right? If he dies, he's going to die, like, extremely quickly.
Okay.
It's not going to be an extended fight. But then if he's living, he'd be like, bro, let me just farm. You know?
Yeah, we'll see, we'll
Stay
see.
off map.
In any case, he has big dreams, right? Like, this is still a very expensive quick buy that he's got. Snaking with a minute 32 Midas.
Let's go. Let's go, Hannah Midas. So we're going late, I guess.
He's been around. He knows what his teammates are like. They like hitting creeps. They don't like finishing games.
Might be able to at least find some kills right now, though. Malrine. Lasso available again, so they're smoking once more. With the global also being online. But this time around, Liquid are playing extremely far back. Look at the map. Look where all these heroes are. They are nowhere near where Falcons are playing.
The only one showing is actually the Puck, and he's probably the hardest one to take down. Doesn't have Lincolns just yet, so if they find him, he's pretty dead as well.
Nobody will show bottom. Team Liquid, they TP out with Nikke. Position him at the tier 2 tower behind his supports. So everything's fine.
They know he's hunted, right? Like, that's Tofu. He was saying it, right? Like, they're just hunting them every time they have all their spells.
Okay, they might come bottom though still with the Silver Edge. Malrine blinks away as soon as he sees Eki. Just trying to run away, pops the bongo boots. So he should be fine. It's a 4K gold lead for the side of Falcons. But a lot of it is sitting on this Dawnbreaker as well. Tiny still needs a couple of more items to become the real menace for his squad.
Is this Midas really worth it on Silencer, by the way? Don't you just slow down your refresher anyway? Like, every support right now gets plus 100 GPM, right? Like, you have the Greedy. Do you also need the Midas on top? I mean, I respect it. He wants to scale. The thing is, though, on Silencer as a support, after you get the refresher, there isn't really a whole lot more to go for. Every other item is like a small utility item that you buy for your team.
It's fine. He'll get the refresher, get Hex. Then we'll have double Hex in the fights. Tormentor being taken right now by Falcons. Crit got the last one, so whose luck is going to be favorable today?
By the way, you got caught with the refresher patch as well now.
What happened?
I was searching for who else has the Hex.
Oh.
Yeah. Still fresh. Abyssal, by the way, on the Dawnbreaker. Speaking of hexes and other ways of catching heroes, they have a Nullifier and Abyssal on Dawn. They're basically making sure that whoever gets caught gets immediately destroyed, evaporated. 80% Celestial Hammer, cast range and speed, of course, level 25, Dawn.
The nearest hero to him is Skeeter, who's level 22. How did he get 25? Okay, Nisha's 23 as well.
It's crazy.
Wow.
He had a really good lane, but I'm checking his farming patterns. He's always stacking the Ancients, like whenever he's nearby, and he's also 8-1-8. It helps.
Certainly helps as well that somebody like Malrine is always hunting for you. And they're hunting in the exact same area they were at last time with the smoke. Unfortunately, Mikke is also hiding in the same place he was last time. Aeon Disc now available for Ace. He struggled somewhat to get out of these engagements whenever he's the first one that gets caught, but still at least guarantee that he has some way of playing the team fights.
He's super important for them. Top lane, the TP in, Dream Coil.
Okay, Amar. He is just gonna TP out.
Sadly for Liquid, they are still without their first 25. If Puck had that one, maybe there was a kill on the Dawnbreaker. But there's a different thing here though. BKB got used, right? Like, and without the BKB, maybe they can still force a fight.
He still does have the shard, so he has some kind of a debuff immunity once he enters the fray, but definitely a lot easier with the full BKB.
these pings from the Batrider, they're just reading them like a book. They know exactly where they are.
Yep. Puck jumps forward, not going to be able to catch up to the Batrider. Does find Snaking. On the backside, though, Crit immediately gets caught and killed by Ace. Nisha finds the Yule Scepter out onto Malrine. He does have a BKB once he comes down, making his presence known. They don't have a Basher on Ace, so no way to cancel the TP.
Still, though, considering Falcons knew they were where they were at, like this was still a pretty good fight for Liquid.
Oh, Mickey did go for the Satanic first.
Yeah. Satanic on him. Not too bad, like you get a Dispel from it as well, right? So it's another bonus thing that you get versus Falcons. When it comes to Dispels, they also have Greaves now on Rubik.
Malrine doesn't have a BKB. There's a Dream Coil thrown out on top of him. We do have a Sharpshooter thrown, misses. Was going to be max range. At the same time, Puck is the one that gets jumped upon, and Nisha, he dies during this global silence. Tofu won't be able to bail him out. In fact, Tofu gets caught by Malrine, brought back towards Falcons, killed off. A double kill for Snaking. Crit still looking for another target. Would love to find the secondary hookshot, but he went the wrong direction. The rest of Liquid will escape.
Maybe the right direction is just the pit. No Puck for 75. Rosh has respawned. I feel like this is most likely a free Rosh for Falcons. I don't think Team Liquid can actually contest this. At best, maybe they can get the lanes in order, outpush top, outpush bottom, make the game a little bit easier after the Rosh has been claimed.
See what kind of delay tactics they have. Well, turns out nothing. They're not even going to bother putting any spells in this direction. So first Aegis went the way of Falcons, and so will the second. This time around, Skeeter is in a much better position than he was the first time. Still has his BKB, but has a Giant Small and the full Daedalus available. Do you like him going for Satanic as the next item?
On Tiny? Yeah, I think it's really good. If he's caught in something like Sprout and he doesn't have the Quelling Blade or the Harpoon to get out, it's funny, by the way, that he's still keeping the Quelling Blade in the inventory. But he has to because of the Sprout. But yeah, if he's caught, just activating the Satanic and hitting them twice should heal him up completely. So it's more or less a common build on the Tiny.
Can you grab sprouted trees if you're stuck inside them? With tree grab?
I think you can.
I think you can, right?
Yep.
Eventually he'll maybe feel confident enough to give up this Quelling Blade, but not right now. He'll just calmly take the tier 2 tower.
The Quelling Blade, the Harpoon. He really doesn't want to be sprouted.
It's an 8k gold lead for the side of Falcons. And Liquid still just dodging and dodging and dodging. When do they feel confident enough to be the ones that are making most of the aggressive moves?
Probably not for long. There is an Aegis on Falcons. So while that item is on him, I don't think you want to fight as Liquid. Maybe you can defend the high ground. Maybe if you force out a BKB with a high ground push, you can fight after. But currently, in the current state, it's Falcons' game to do whatever they want to on the map. How's Mickey looking? Like he's got the both items. He has Butterfly and the Satanic. Like he's still top net worth, by the way. All things considered.
These net worth numbers are actually ridiculous. 2 different heroes on 30,000 plus.
He's been dodging a lot of rotations from Falcons. Like every time they make a move on one side of the map, he's already on the other.
Crit able to connect onto Tofu. They will pop the global silence as well, but the Yules prevents the follow-up from the Clockwork.
Tiny.
And Mickey showing up to throw out the right-click damage. They burst through this hoodwink, but Tiny is suffering at the moment. He does get into the heal, but it's not enough. He still ends up dead before Amar arrives, but Amar gets off a huge Starbreaker. Mickey activates the Satanic, heals right back up as Ace was running interference with this Rolling Thunder. Swashbuckle gets the bash out onto Skeeter. They double harpoon him. Bring him closer to all these heroes. Abyssal Blade is out. Starbreaker is there. Mickey is in danger. Mickey is gone. 100 seconds in the grave without buyback. Nisha trying to do his best to create some separation, force back the rest of Falcons. But they are running out of damage. Nisha, no more control available for him. They still would like more from this from the side of Falcons, but they'll content themselves with getting the huge kill on the Nature's Prophet.
They try to not quarter him, they try to half him with the double harpoon on two sides. Some medieval tactics right here coming from Dawn and Tiny. Like, Liquid, they wanted to take this fight because Global got used very early on and it wasn't super impactful, right? And there's a little bit of item diff between the carries. On one side, Tiny has an Aegis, but no Satanic. So I think that was the idea. Fight around the Satanic, fight around the fact that Prophet realistically also has 2 lives with it. Unfortunately, he got pulled out of position way too easily.
That Abyssal Blade also clearly making a huge difference. That must be so annoying, right? Your team basically has 3 4-stars, 2 4-stars and a Hurricane Pike, and still they have so many ways to just drag you back.
And a shard on Rubik, by the way. There's another thing. That's another thing that you can use on the Prophet to save him. But it's not good enough. At this point, they need some Lincoln Sphere. They have it on Puck. Maybe a Lincoln's or a Lotus on someone else just to cast it on the Prophet.
Smoke up by Liquid now.
Dude,
They want to fight back.
Skadi.
What? We need to get a Skadi.
He has Skadi and 4.3k gold, so he's had Skadi for quite some time, by the way, and he's already reaching the 6th slot area. At this point, he can opt to drop the phase boots and buy something else, maybe a Blink Dagger or any mobility.
Isha searching for one of these supports. Little does he know, though, that Skeeter and the boys are coming through as well. Look at the damage from Skeeter. During the global silence, they burst through Tofu. They get the catch onto Ace as well, not allowing him to leave during the Rolling Thunder. So Amar able to get the right clicks and kill him off. Second global silence will emerge from Snaking. He does have the refresher now. Harpoon is up. They jump forward. Mickey, though, Silver Edge break onto Amar, but he's fighting 1 versus 2, and it's a fight he cannot win. Mickey is gone. Another 100 seconds in the grave. At the very least, Nisha is able to TP out, if only barely. But Team Liquid, they simply cannot deal with the double global.
Yeah, the double global and the double carry at this point, right? Like, you're not dealing only with the Tiny that hits hard. It's the Dawn Breaker as well. And you can see the damage split, 5k for the Tiny, 3.5k for the Dawn. They're literally doing things in tandem, just ripping this Prophet apart. There's not a lot that you can do as Mickey. They need to find some sort of a way where Prophet is maybe on the high ground or out of reach so that he can hit freely. But at this point, they just have way too much mobility on Falcons.
Yeah. Mobility and pure tunnel vision for this Nature's Prophet.
Like, this combo of heroes, this exact draft with the Global Silence and Lasso has been a part of Dota for 15 years at least. It's always been a strong combo.
It's about to get stronger. Refresher all picked up by the Bat Rider. So now we have the double lasso. Also, man, they really are struggling to get Ace involved at all. Team Liquid are generally at their best when Ace is having a very good game and having big impact in their fights, but here he's very often either the first one dead or just unable to have any meaningful impact. And Eki, his lane partner, will also be dead here. Ace will come out of the base with the Rolling Thunder, but with the BKB, Malrine will be able to protect himself. He's rolling in on the Dawn,
Coil.
but Amar's in no real danger of dying here. Just goes back, Nullifier out onto Tofu, hits him with the Starbreaker. Ace trying to help him out, but it's not going to work. Amar kills them, does the Nightfall. Krat trying to help him, but the Basher cancel out the TP, and now Mickey able to jump back in, looking towards the Dawn. He kills him off and ends a massive streak. Crit trying to at least buy some time, hold these heroes in the space with the Wind Waker, but they chase him back up the hill, kill him off. Team Liquid, they lose a lane of barracks, but it doesn't come free for Falcons.
Just a casual Wind Waker, by the way, on a hero that also did buyback earlier, and it's a support position 4, so he's rich too. Dreamcoil got used on Bat, by the way, but he did manage, during all this hassle in the high ground of Dire, he managed to TP out. In the end, Liquid, they lose only one side, so it's not the end of the world, but it's looking rough. There's no buyback on Dawnbreaker. Maybe they can make some sort of a play while she's out.
Okay, Mickey's actually going to TP forward.
I think they have to. This is one of those situations where you just have to force the little advantage that you have, because you will not be given any better opportunity.
It's still scary though, because you know for a fact that they have the double lasso, right?
Yep.
Double lasso, Skeeter is doing an unbelievable amount of damage.
Double lasso and the double global as well. In 20 seconds, the first global will be up.
Radiant structures are
They're
fortified.
scared on the side of Liquid. They'll send Mickey top to just push things out. Now it's a 17k gold lead. Damn.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't really see Prophet becoming any bigger than he is at the moment. Like, he's 6-slotted, he's fully slotted out. He's queuing up an Aghanim's Blessing, which is something, but it doesn't truly change the damage output from the Prophet himself.
Can you play like 7 slots, get a Daedalus, and then backpack the PKB before you enter the fight?
You can, but it probably will not work.
We'll still have some time to figure out if that is the case. Also, with how long this game's been going, Snake King smiling all the way to the bank. It's like, hand of Midas, baby. I made the right choice. I knew what this game was going to become.
Doubting Snake King and his Midas choices is never too smart. So, yeah, definitely paid off. Ghost, 4 staff. He's going for Aghanims next as well, by the way. And not too bad. And keep in mind that he has Pike queued up after. This hero's shard has been not reworked, like this was his old shard, like the double bounce, or the bounce that is.
I feel like they should change the Aghanims on silence and make it bring, you know, the reverberating silence, that facet? Make that the Aghanims.
It's an idea. It was a very strong global silence though. Silencer was literally played every single game because of that.
The smoke was there from Liquid, but couldn't find a decent entry point. Meantime, Amar, he's under vision, but they know that he can appear in the blink of an eye. It would be nicer for them if they were on the other side of the map and they could gank him while he's alone from his team. They're actually going to try that. They're going to go through the Twin Gate.
They had vision on him. Are they going for him or the Tormentor? Let's see. It seems like they're going for him exactly. They have vision still.
He's getting out though. Let's see, will he go back to base or will he try to farm in these camps? He's
There's a
try and
smoke though.
farm.
Malrine hasted.
Yeah, but he's going the complete wrong side of them. I think Amar might get caught here. This is a very long wrap from Team Liquid, but unfortunately they don't have the whole team with them. He just BKBs immediately. The moment he sees Nisha, Mickey TPs in as well. Global Silence will be there though. Hook shot and the lasso thrown out onto this Nature's Prophet. He was too far forward and he's killed off again. 99 seconds, but he does have buyback. Malrine refreshes once the secondary lassos. Who's he going to be able to find? He'll settle for Tofu. Just get the easy kill as Ace trying to roll through this fight, trying to do something. They buy back with Mickey. Mickey is going to re-enter the engagement, looking towards Amar, getting the right clicks out. Yule Scepter with the Wind Waker is going to buy time for Amar to get back right in. Mickey forced to pop the Satanic and try to right-click through, but the Solar Guardian stuns him from the heavens. The Starbreaker kills him off. 2 minutes, no Nature's Prophet. TP out from Ace. He's going to be able to leave. Eki with the Bushwhack holding back crit, at the very least allowing Nisha to escape to the north side. But that was a huge risk, a huge gamble that Team Liquid took, and that gamble did not pay off.
It didn't at all, but you have to respect it, right? Like, I absolutely respect Mickey for buying back, because this status quo was not going their way at all. Like, after the first initial couple of spells, big spells were used by Falcons, I feel like that was their only play. Buy back and try, because Tiny did get dropped very low. They almost got him. But the Satanic and the buyback from the Dawnbreaker, of course, saves the day.
Dawnbreaker now on the front lines with that Tiny. There's going to be a Dream Coil, but immediately the 2-hero lasso emerges from Malrine. They haven't killed any of them just yet, though. Ace was able to run interference with the Rolling Thunder. Stolen Lasso only results in a stolen life from Tofu. Amar just diving deep to the backlines. This Harpoon and Starbreaker combo eviscerates the 2 supports. Eki forced to buy back. And Amar, if he dies here, it is a dieback, but he still has 3k HP left.
Half HP and still 3k, by the way. Sitting on a bit over 5k.
It's crazy that Skeeter can leave the fight and they still have this much damage available on the front lines. Global will be utilized. Hookshot nicely done by Crit, trying to trap in Ace here. Starbreaker again, forcing a dieback out onto Eki. Avalanche will be there from Skeeter. A couple of right clicks to bring down Ace. Nisha, the lone survivor, Even that could change if he doesn't manage to escape here. Amar trying to chase him down. Starbreaker again with the Abyssal Blade. He makes it a team wipe and surely makes it a 1 game for Team Falcons. They have attained the Megas. They are demolishing the tier 4 towers.
Buyback on Puck. They're still not giving up. Prophet is up in a second. They actually want to take one more fight versus Falcons because it is Falcons. They know that these guys are going to go back. Maybe wait for Rosh or something.
Now, Rosh is up right now, so they can head immediately into the pit.
They could have also just started hitting the throne, of course. They had 5 heroes up with all their spells, more or less. But of course, it won't be Falcons. It won't be the Falcon way.
Does Mickey have enough gold for a rapier? He does not. So there will be no rapier, no Hail Mary item for him. And they will be dealing with 2 lives. I guess you give the Aegis to Amar, right? Since he's the one that brought back.
Yeah, I think so. They do. They gave him the Aegis. The cheese goes to the bat. He also has a refresher orb, of course, so he doesn't really need the shard.
Skeeter, he's gonna find Nisha. It's a dieback on Puck. 2 minutes without your greatest disruptor.
Yeah, they can wrap it up. Prophet on his own. He does have Rubik and Hoodwink, of course, but only if they dived in the fountain. I think that this game is maybe doable. Pango is up.
It's global number 1. Remember, they're going to deal with 3 globals because they gave Snaking the refresher shot. There's global number 2. Starbreaker out onto this Nature's Prophet to kill him off. And there's global number 3. They silence all the heroes. They silence all the doubters. Team Falcons secure game 1 here in the lower bracket.
This was clean. This was literally clean. Like, everything was so precise from Falcons from start to finish. They had that Aoi
Thank
with
you.
the...
Thank you so much, Slacks. This is it. The story needs to continue for Team Liquid. This game is do or die. In game 1, they summoned the Ghost of Insania. In game 2, Lizard, the Ghost of GH, man. We bring back the IO for Team Liquid. What are you feeling about this?
I'm feeling good about the IO. I think this hero is actually, I mean, he's banned here and there, but overall IO is in a pretty good state. He got reworked a little bit. He got Equilibrium as the innate ability. The build, more or less, on IO for most players is the same with a very early Soul Ring build. The lane itself is actually really good with Bat. Like, I know Panel was talking about the lane, there we go, the kill on the Phoenix. They were talking about the lane with Kaz, but the lane with Bat is actually very scary because of movement speed. Like, you have movement speed, you tether together with the Firefly, you get Bat's moves, and you can go for Spirits early on. Long gone are the days where IOs just played without Spirits. Right now, you're just maxing them out as soon as possible. So you, basically, by level 5, you have 1-3-1 kind of a build.
No, top lane, they're going to go directly back onto Ace here. Punish this Batrider. Very good kill.
Yeah, he got 12 stacks on the Tiny, but a big fat wand, of course, coming into play.
One of the ways you counterplay the lane, right, into the Batrider. Just buy as many wands and sticks as possible. We did see the first blood down bottom from Crit, and I feel like this is quite important. Not only to level up Crit, because, you know, we've seen how much work a Hoodwink can do if he gets off to a good start. But, man, you have to inhibit this Kez hero. If you just let this Kez roll out of control, we've seen what can happen time and time again, regardless of what the enemy draft is looking like.
He's like an answer to every single hero on their side. He has an answer for everything. Like, he has a silence for Emperor, he can make the Bristleback knock, like, for a little short while at least, but you cannot turn if you're hit by the Kazurai Katana. Like, you have Falcon's Rush versus the egg, so at any single point in the game you can pretty much solo the egg as well. Overall, the scaling is good. You go for a Mage Slayer or a Dezo, or maybe both. Yeah, good thing that they started off kind of well down bottom.
We'll zone back Amara a little bit, but should be fine. See what if Mickey is gonna follow the template that's been set by Kiritich. Just go Mage Slayer Deso. I mean, that feels fine for this game, right?
Yeah, it's good.
They might actually punish him a little bit here. Mickey does have the grappling claw to try to get away, so even though he'll take a reactive taser, eat some cold sprays, in the end he'll be okay. Another thing that the panel did mention is we're going to get eventually that attack speed on the overcharge from Eki. Snaking's gonna have a really difficult time like laying out the eggs in the right place in these fights.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, it's not only the overcharge, right? Like whenever you're playing as Phoenix, you want to position your egg, and you want to have a good notion on where every single hero is in the team fight, so you can position yourself well. But the relocate itself can be a problem too, because suddenly your egg is not only getting hit by one hero, but there's an additional 2 heroes hitting it. So another problem that can happen. By the way, it's not only the attack speed as well. With the equilibrium, you're getting some max damage amp from IO. So spell amp as well.
Oh, yeah, that'll be fun on Kez.
Not too shabby at all.
Now, a lot of heroes were falling low, but everybody is able to heal back up. And let's take a gander at the mid lane. Queen of Pain. Despite the fact that we saw Queen of Pain lost earlier today, well, it's not because of the Queen of Pain. This hero is still absolutely disgusting in the damage output.
Yeah, she's in a good spot. When it comes to all of the spirits, Ember is considered, I wouldn't say a better one. I feel like Void Spirit and Ember more or less are in the same spot. The worst one is the Storm Spirit. He's the only one that we aren't really seeing in this meta at all. Top lane, Phoenix.
Next Icarus dive away will be there. 16 HP. The Blood Grenade will tick him down to 12.
Ekis though.
Does eventually survive. Tofu did make a rotation through the Twin Gates, coming forward, blast off onto Skeeter. They've isolated this Tiny. They should be able to kill him off.
I'm just looking at these health bars on Dire, and like Phoenix is 1% HP, Tiny dropping lower, Ember as well. Lanes so far going really well for Team Liquid.
All places of the game feels very good for them.
We have a couple of undefeated heroes, right, on both sides. On one side, the IO, on the other side, of course, the Bristleback as well. I think Teki is 2 undefeated when Tofu is playing him.
Malrine. Oh, Sonic Wave missed. That's so unfortunate. Nisha. We've all been there, gang. We've all been there, gang.
Not too happy about that one. IO will be zoned out from the Lotus on top lane. I mean, he smiles in the end. That's all that matters. It happens. You can feel better with all your Sonic Waves that you're missing usually. DD mid.
Yeah, they have him. Bushwhack will also connect onto him. Will he be able to blink away? He does. Malrine does have remnants, but he's run out of mana now. Still, we'll be able to find Nisha in the trees. Okay, now it's not a smile. Now it's really bad. Now it feels well.
Now it definitely does, because if you did get that kill, probably a move like this one would not happen in the end. And Ember with the DD takes your bounty rune as well, refreshes some of those resources. It's a pretty good vessel game, I would say, by the way, for Ember. Like, you're playing into a Queen of Pain with an eventual Bloodstone, you're playing into an IO as well. No heroes with, like, massive health bars, but it's still okay.
Even into the kills, right, to try and inhibit some of his lifesteal.
But most likely it will be the Mage Slayer, right? That's what we're seeing from most of these mid laners.
Also from a lot of these carries. Nikkei is getting zoned a little bit here. Amar is at that stage of the Bristleback lane where he feels very confident just charging in behind the tower. Do they bring any heroes to try and respond to this? Indeed they do. Queen of Pain is already on the way here. They have 3 heroes, but Malrine also thinking about an entrance. He remnanted down. They find Nisha. He already expended the Searing Chains.
There's no remnant.
Towards the corner. There's no safety remnant. Nisha doesn't know this, so he doesn't want to pop the Sonic Wave and then just have Malrine remnant away, so...
I wonder if he didn't miss the first Sonic Wave, would he actually have used this one, you know? Because you don't want to be the guy that misses 2 Sonic Waves in a row. Minute 8, let's see, maybe a rune at least lucks out for Nisha. They are securing the top rune at least with IO.
Crit in the meantime doing hoodwink things, going around getting some stacking going, ensuring that there is some massive farm for the Bristleback to come and collect later. What build do you want to see from Amar in this one?
A double bracer, I think a BKB is okay. Like, you are playing into a Lotus. Sorry, not into a Lotus, into a lasso. It's been a long day. But yeah, maybe Wraps as well. It's another option that he can go for. Wraps are pretty good. Like, as Bristleback, all you want to do is just juice yourself up as much as possible, as early as possible. And he's one of those heroes, like, it's like Tidehunter and Bristle that really values the Wraps a lot. We'll see. For now, double bracer, power threads, he's already sitting on like 1700 HP.
Unfortunate that they went for the move exactly when they did, because Nisha was coming bottom with the IO. Sadly, they will not catch up. So Bristleback will just go back and farm all of the stacks that save. Well, why am I saying save? That Crit dutifully created for him. Save is just on my mind, man. He impressed me so much today.
Well, Crit should be impressing as well. In game number 1, had a pretty good game. Game number 2 already. The lane itself wasn't really anything crazy, but he's made a lot of stacks already. Like, look at the triangle. Bristleback will be a happy boy if this is all given to him.
Couple of missed moves from Nisha, but he'll just go back to farming. Spirits thrown out top. They were thinking about going on Phoenix, but he dives away. And they'll give some of the triangle stacks to Malrine, making sure that some of the punishments he experienced in lane.
Yeah, it's good recovery, right? Like, he played versus the Queen of Pain, so some of the stacks go to him. They're basically on the same network now, Nisha and Malrine. And there's just a lot of potential from Team Liquid once they have Relocate. For now, Wisp is playing around the bat, right? But the moment you have Relo, I feel like there's just so many options on who to play with. Like, you can play maybe with a Quap, and if Lasso happens, you can Relocate easily. Same can be said for Kez.
Quick pause here. Speaking of Crit, I noticed something in the previous series that we had where the mid laner Void Spirit decided not to buy the Spirit Vessel, but instead one of the supports was the one to buy the Vessel instead. So perhaps that's going to be the similar thing here with Crit starting with the Urn of Shadows. He gets the Vessel, giving space for the Ember to just go Mage Slayer straight into BKB.
Yeah, yeah. The Ember, I think, Mage Slayer is a much better option for him, and it was not really a surprise that he's going for it. Techies?
Ace is here as well. Techies got the disarm out onto the Ember Spirit. On the far side, first lasso of the game, though, goes towards snaking. Malrine does have a safety remnant. He knows he's safe since the lasso was already down.
Yeah, they just have a lot of sustain on the other side right now, and the Dispel from Techies is actually very annoying. The Taser versus Ember. He maxed out Flame Guard.
Oh, Nisha doesn't
one.
miss that Sonic Wave. Gets it directly onto Crit. Can steal some of these Ancients.
With an Arcane Rune, by the way, as well. They can try. Kez is connecting. He's nearby as well. But it is dangerous. Amar
comes forward here. Echo Slash out from Mickey.
It's pretty damn big.
Immediately porting in Malrine though, and yeah, Amar barely suffering any damage. Tofu will get Searing Chained on the high ground, does blast off into the river. Chased through by Snaking. Reactive Taser will be there in behind. Snay will nonetheless give the vision to grant the kill. He might tick out right now to the Kez damage, and indeed he does. Kez going back in onto Malrine, trying to parry as much as he can. Malrine, does he have a remnant? He does. He'll throw it out, going back towards the Kez. Mickey might decide to try and chase him down.
He will.
He's actually very vulnerable right now. The Spirits will reveal him in the trees, and he ends up dead.
Skitter.
But Bushwhack into the Avalanche, but no!
Relo.
The kill cannot happen. Relocate comes through from Eki.
Yeah, the Relocate was just on point. They got it. Oh.
Amar now going forward. He might lose his life here. Very low, 90 HP. They just need one more tick of spell damage. He barely manages to retreat.
Yeah, they had Blast Off, but he didn't really want to commit. Like, he wasn't really sure if they could get that kill or not. So in the end, it's still a very good trade for Liquid. They did use the Relocate, but what that means is that Batrider was at the same time farming top. Top lane is pushed out. The tier 1 tower is gone. The power of IO, right? Like, you can farm your lanes, get all the farm that's necessary, and at the same time join fights. And it's really important and good for Liquid that Bat is having a good game. And he's having a fantastic game. 6k net worth 12 minutes in. Not too shabby at all. Because when you look at their heroes, he's the only catch. He's more or less the only control as well. So like, they have to rely on Ace to do a lot of work in team fights.
He's also just seen the template from Malrine of how good Aghanims can be. So eventually he'll get that.
Yeah, it can help, for sure. I am worried a little bit when it comes to the overall, like, normal team fight, the fair team fight that panel was discussing. For Liquid, that is, if they don't have the control, the TP's out, the Blink's out, the move, just moving away from them could be a problem.
To that end, do you maybe change some of your build on the Kez and like try to figure an Abyssal Blade into your build?
Down the line, perhaps, but not this early on. Amar, by the way, with the Blade Mill. When's the last time you saw Blade Mill? Like, in general, maybe on an Axe, Miro, when he was playing it, sure. But besides Axe, like, I just don't see this item at all.
Definitely has been a while. I mean, in this game, there is a lot of uncontrollable damage, right? That's going to be floating around. The Firefly from the Batrider. He can try to use it on the Sonic Wave. Raptor Dance as well. You just pop it as soon as the Kez activates his ultimate.
Yep.
Definitely has been a long, long time since I've seen this item. Lamar is still very, very tanky. Hasn't died just yet. Okay, gonna be right next to him. They're just saying hello. In the same way in the river, Nisha saying hello to Malrine.
They're still chasing though, Crit.
Crit will eat another Sonic Wave. He's definitely gonna die for this one. Ace is here as well, picking up some experience, and they're definitely gonna try and take that stack.
And I know you mentioned the Vessel, by the way, but Essence Distiller also has a pretty huge value and a good case why it should be built. So Crit is going for the Distiller instead. Pretty good versus Kez, right? Like versus everyone, but versus Kez just having some extra vision after he uses the ulti, which for some reason dispels him, by the way, as well. So
what a hero, man. Mid lane, Tofu. Making some space with the bomb. They just really want to be able to take this tower. Falcons trying to keep it up for as long as they humanly can. But eventually this will go down unless they bring another hero to help defend, and that's what they do. Snaking also makes a rotation over.
I really don't want to sound like an absolute boomer, but man, Kez feels still so out of place to me. It's like you have your normal carries with like a couple of spells and a passive, and then you have Kez with like 9 spells, Aghanim Scepter as well to use all of them in tandem. It's a cool hero.
Yeah, fair and balanced.
Absolutely fair and balanced.
The kids want to see action.
Then
Kez brings lots of action.
And then you have Wraith King, you know, and you ask yourself why Wraith King isn't played more.
You queue a game, you pick Wraith King, other guy picks Kez, or worse yet, you pick like Troll, they pick Kez, and you're just like, well.
Actually, Troll is a good comparison because he does have 2 sets of spells as well. It's just that they are worthless in comparison to what Kez is bringing.
Mid lane, Blink's about to be revealed on Malrine. He gets lassoed. They have the damage to finish him off. They do not, so he manages to get himself away. They're seeing the problems with their lack of control. Snaking doesn't have mana for the Supernova. We'll get it now, trying to TP out, but we'll end up dead here.
Yeah. That Sunray TP out can't really work versus a Batrider. Versus most heroes it does, but that can actually stop it. Flame Break, if you're moving with the Sunray, just cancels it anyway.
Nisha showing us yet another variation on the Quap build. Going back to the days before the Kaya. Just going straight for the Aghanim Scepter.
Aghanims with a Veil, right? Aghanims Veil into the Bloodstone, which is something that we have seen quite a lot. We'll see what he goes for afterwards, but this is the build, and it's pretty good.
Malrine finds Io. Sharpshooter from Crit will ensure that the Io does go down. You know, as much as I was gassing up saves, Hoodwink, Crit is the original Hoodwink player. He's the person that pretty much put this hero on the map.
Yeah, he had a... I mean, okay, it depends how far back you want to go. Because I remember a couple of other players as well that had no-tail era as well when it comes to the IO, the Alliance era as well when it comes to IO. They had some pretty good heroes, players that played it, of course. But IO is a bit different now, of course. Usually you don't really buy a mech very early on. You don't buy boots very early on. You just go for Soul Ring and Holy Locket. And it's kind of good for the mid-game.
Saw a move by Team Falcons attempted, but we saw the break potential of the Tofu techies. Had mines around the Twin Gate. Nisha,
Egg.
jumping forward. The egg will come out. Will not be able to destroy it. So at least draws out the Supernova, but fails to get a Sonic Wave kill.
Top lane though.
Skeeter, oh, what an avalanche coming in from the Tiny into the Bushwhack.
Damn.
Crit there with the Sharpshooter. That was some reaction time.
They had a plan. It wasn't a good one, but they had a plan. Because Kez was also TPing in, and he was ready to perhaps go in after the lasso, but man, did he just instantly react on the Tiny.
Very nicely done by Skeeter there. Will allow him to continue farming. He was under pressure, obviously, from the early lane with the Bat Rider, but now we'll have a bit more space to try and catch up.
Had a very good game 1. Game 2 as well is okay. So far 5k behind, not really that great 18 minutes in. But their draft isn't really online just yet. And I know the panel talked about the Phoenix and Tiny tandem. I think like this combo has a very low win rate, but there is no reason for this exact combo to have a low win rate because they synergize very well. Like Avalanche protecting the egg, the duo in the lane is not that weak as well.
And even as the game scales, as Tiny gets tankier and tankier, the value of Sunray.
The Sunray exactly becomes better and better.
He's gonna try find a kill here. They'll break the smoke, go directly onto Eki. The IO is the first one to fall. Crit Hoodwink, the classics. There's going to be a connection coming through from Nisha, though. They know that there's no Supernova coming in from Snake King, and they saw him Icarus dive forward earlier. So free kill for Ace. Quick revenge picked up for losing their support.
I feel like the biggest winner of all of these fights on top lane is actually the Bristleback. Like Amar has kind of been forgotten. Like a long time ago he bought the Blade Mail, now he's actually getting closer to the Lotus as well. He is playing into the lasso, of course, so Lotus isn't that bad at all. And the Dispel versus Queen of Pain. I would say maybe it's even more important to get the spells versus Quap. This hero just shouldn't be allowed to spam Shadow Strike and just destroy your whole team with it.
You like the SNY as well, coming from the PB?
Eventually, yes. Yeah. It's like a casual build-up on the Bristleback, just tanks you up.
It's going to be a Veil now picked up for Malrine. He has finished it. And they've got the Supernova back online. So they could see a play coming in through Malrine, and they will find Nisha. Bushwhack will be there. Sharpshooter comes out. However, he is chilling. Still very, very healthy, so he just jumps himself away.
The shield rune, right? Like by the time they got through the shield rune, he was already able to blink away. And he has a DD, by the way, so maybe there's a play coming from Liquid with it, maybe after the Tormy. Can they duo this?
I was about to ask you that same question. It seems like the
with
answer
techies,
is no.
maybe, yeah. With techies and bad, but just the two heroes, definitely not.
Goes the way of Tofu. It's okay. Get themselves some mutually assured destruction.
May accidentally detonate.
Just an accidents, you know, it happens from time to time. Playing with bombs is dangerous work. We already do see, though, Tofu, as much as possible, whenever they're moving around the map with his team, just planting down these bombs, coming so annoying, breaking these engagements before they start, scouting where Falcons are moving.
Well, they're moving from the mid lane right now. Maybe they'll run into some mines, but I don't see any around mid.
They'll come across Eki, perhaps.
He's a good kill. I think if they can find the IO kill anyway.
They do get him.
It's a quick kill, that's why. Bat might counterplay this, though.
He might. He just picked up a BKB as well, so this could be a turnaround, but they need Kez to be much closer. He threw out the start. As soon as he did that, Ace put out the lasso onto Crit, but at the same time, on the back edge of the fight, look at this, Nisha. Dying to Skeeter, who showed up out of nowhere to reveal the Silver Edge. Now Malrine feeling very confident about diving forward with the help of Amar. It's going to be Ace, forced to pop his BKB, just to run back into the base. Falcons, although there is a lot of pressure, seemingly, that could be applied by Team Liquid, it's all coming from Falcons at the moment.
Yeah, even with the 5k lead, it didn't really matter at all. If they could find the right targets, and they did, Quap, without the shield rune, of course, falls very quickly to the Tiny. Couple of good plays, and right now from Liquid, I'm not really seeing the global potential that this IO usually brings. They haven't really utilized it. There were no moves where you're playing on one side of the map with your carry and then relocating on the other, which they did start doing now, to be fair.
They have to wait for the last one to come up. 15 seconds for Ace.
And maybe the BKB as well, right? Like he doesn't have the BKB on Bat, so...
45 seconds that he has to wait. They're really going to go into the Roshan pit right now. Looks that way. Falcons do not know that this is happening. They had all their vision removed from this area.
They have overcharge, they have amp damage as well from Equilibrium. Kez with the Dezo as well hits real hard, and it looks like they will get Rosh for free.
Falcons probably think they're being ganked right now, but that is not the case.
They're moving towards it, but look at the mines, just absolute zoning.
Okay, first Aegis for Team Liquid. Falcons just have to watch Nisha. I'm glad that they gave it to Nisha, so that he can just play more gung-ho, since he's the one with the Ags and the Bloodstone right now.
Yeah, I mean, he has Bloodstone too. It's a tanky QoP, 3k HP, but okay.
Skeeter. Gonna get... Oh, what a Silver Edge. No reveal available for this base, this Bat Rider from Ace. So, man, Skeeter's reaction time in this game has been pretty good. That's the second time he's just completely ducked out when he's being gone on.
Real low bottom.
Okay, can they find anybody? Lasso, it'll be doubled up because of this Lotus Orb, but with the Raptidon, perhaps they have the damage. Not just yet. Amar is still alive, activates the Blade Mail, but eventually he will be burning down. On the other side, in the river, Nisha gets found by Snaking and Skeeter. Can they bring him down before he blinks away? Yes. Maureen makes sure with the Searing Chains. No BKB available on the Nisha QoP. Maybe Snaking might die for this, though.
It seems like he will. He has no mana for the egg, and it's probably a bad egg usage here if he had it anyway. So they trade 2 for an Aegis. Not too great for Falcons. And you could see Bristleback. This hero is usually, or at least it usually feels very tanky. But when you were playing versus the IO amped up Kez, he just absolutely melted.
He's going to change his mind, though, from the SNY, just go straight into the BKB.
He's changing his mind a lot, by the way. Whenever I click Bristleback, he has a different build, and that basically tells me that Omar isn't really confident in what he needs for this game. Because this is a sort of a player that will literally always go for the same build if he thinks that it's broken. We've seen his Doom Radiance one game after another. He even had Raps just a moment ago, by the way, queued up.
We'll see what he decides to eventually commit to. The second Bloodstone of the game will come out from Ember. Why don't we see more Bloodstone on Ember, actually?
We see it every now and then, right? It's not like every single game, but it's not super uncommon. It's still a good item on him. The spell weakness Aura, of course, is not too bad at all. He's also constantly in the range of heroes, so applying the Aura is nice. There's something to be said about the active not being removed, being like maybe a nerf to the item as well, when you think about it.
Snaking. Gets lassoed. Straightforward kill. A lot of vision was granted, of course, by Tofu's mines, or the information, rather. This must be so annoying for a hero like Phoenix.
He's going for pipe, yeah, just to alleviate some of this pain from magic damage that's coming from the other side.
It's a 9k gold lead. That's one thing I've noticed about today's games. Things will be relatively even. Then like 2 skirmishes will go by and the gold lead will like double or triple at that point.
BKB,
Ace
bat.
Pops BKB, going on to Crit. Crit might try to sharpshooter into the river, but it's not going to be enough. Eki even came through with the relocate. Maureen could get lassoed, but they don't really have the damage behind the back to kill him.
In the back?
Queen of Pain, though, she's in the back. Gets tossed back by Skeeter. She's throwing out these Shadow Strikes, trying to get as much damage in the fight as possible. Sonic Wave will push back Skeeter towards where Mickey is. Mickey rushes down the Tiny. They are able to get the kill on Skeeter.
That was a really heads-up play by Nisha once again. And once again, he's got Shield Rune. Like, he has Shield Rune on command. He presses a button and he gets the Shield Rune, which enables him to make these kind of plays. Like, usually you cannot really jump the Tiny, but he jumps him and pushes him back towards Kez with the Sonic Wave. Just when you're that tanky, you can do whatever you want to.
Nisha just having an excellent game so far. Doing the Lord's work, and that was also some additional Deso stacks to be picked up by the Kez. Definitely will prove to be problematic later. Tiny will not enjoy like a 20 Deso charge Raptidons in his face.
Yeah, not really a hero that has a lot of armor in general, but yeah, he'll be fine. Maybe an AC eventually with the bristleback, something that they can think about. Even AC Tiny isn't really that insane. We've seen it in a couple of games, so definitely can itemize for it. I love that Eki has a BKB queued up and a heart after on the IO. You know, you gotta think big.
Why don't you just buy Midas first to make sure you get to that heart? Crits just takes down this Hoodwink. Very straightforward kill for the Kez. Another Deso Starch.
If it was snaking, maybe he'd go for the Midas, but yeah. I've seen a couple of builds on IO. Like, one of them is like this, where you're just going for all the heals. Like, you have healing, you have Holy Locket, and you're just trying to maybe after get some sort of a mech. Heart as well works very similarly because of the built-in regen that you get from it. Or you're just rushing Aghanim Scepter. I have to say that I'm leaning towards the Aghanim's Rush. It's a bit more of a fun way to play IO, but at the same time, you are griefing your teammates.
Ah, well, he doesn't agree. He queues it up immediately after the hearts.
Okay, but this is like a fourth item. This is fine.
They need to come back with this IO because Falcons are on the chase, looking toward Mickey and Ace. Oh my goodness, snaking. Just gonna die before he can even think about popping the Supernova. Look at the damage from Mickey on crit as well. Two supports both down in the blink of an eye. Mal reinforced to BKB, but it's not gonna matter. During the Sonic Wave pushback, the Raptor Dance is active. He gets torn to shreds. We do lose the Batrider for this though. Eki pops BKB, rushing forward with the Spirits to get vision. Falcons do start to back off, and they brought back on the Phoenix. So with Supernova being reintroduced, Team Liquid might want to leave.
They're trying to find an angle, but mines everywhere. Kez?
Too many mines. Skeeter try to go in onto the Kez, but the Kez is still standing. Nisha on the backside of the fight, doing out a lot of magic damage in his own right. Still alive with the Bloodstone healing him right up. Falcons are the ones that need to run, but you can't run from IO, Queen of Pain, and a Kez. The chase down of Team Liquid is immaculate as they get a dieback on Snaking and a death on the Skeeter Tiny.
Relocate as well to the base to reset the Kez. Just a free back to the fountain and they can reset, perhaps take down tier 2 mid, tier 2 bottom. It's all opened up. Techies is just planting mines everywhere, and the damage from Liquid. I was worried that they might not have what it takes in teamfights because of only Lasso being their control. But when you kill heroes in a matter of seconds, like, you don't need more.
They're actually coming towards Amar. Mickey sweeping over, Nisha getting the vision. And there we go, grappling claw forward. They hit him with the Echo Slash. How much damage can they do before he gets back in the base? All of it, because Nisha knocks him back with the Sonic Wave. Another combo between the Queen of Pain and Kez. And this is before he even gets the Silver Edge. He actually, okay, he changed his mind. He's gonna go for the straight Daedalus instead on Mickey.
Silver Edge is also good, but I feel like even when they're hitting Bristleback from behind, they're still doing enough damage to take him down. The Blade Mill at least did work versus Techies, I guess. It's a silver lining for Amar.
Not what you were expecting to see if you're on the side of Team Falcons. It's a 16k gold deficit for them. A tier 2 tower lost in the mid lane. Tier 2 tower gone bottom. There's kind of no reason not to just sweep top and take the next one. Supernova. Oh no, Malrine. Malrine, oh no. He remnanted to where he thought it was safe, but it turns out there's a Kez waiting for him. Raptor Veil popped. They jump after him. Mickey with the wicked 6 streak. And look at Nisha, happy to just dive inside the base with the haste.
We can reload 15 top. Well, let's go crazy, guys. They can't win a fight against us.
There we go. That's what I want to hear from my IO player. Just go ham, go crazy. He's topping up the Kez and Nisha. They don't even have an Aegis, but poised to take a lane of racks. 48 seconds, no Ember is a very long time.
He does have a buyback, but they scouted the Tiny not being in the base as well. They know that he is unable to join the teammates. This is what happens when you give one of the best Kez players of the tournament Kez. It feels like initiation.
Woo! Sonic Wave from Nisha. They've already brought down both of the supports. Crit and Snaking can do nothing here. Mickey parrying the damage coming in from Amar. Activates a BKB on the IO. Mickey being able to hold on to his own one. Crit buying back instantly. But you just brought back and Liquid say, cool, we still got the lane of racks and we just walk away. Now we can actually go take the Aegis in 20 seconds.
These heroes are just melting. Aghanim's Queen of Pain with the Shivas, with the Bloodstone, the spell, or just overall damage amp from the IO. He's constantly... There's another thing. He bought the BKB, and there isn't really any damage being dished into the IO, which is making the hero even stronger. A bit weaker when it comes to the heals. Skitter.
Amar gets himself killed off by Mickey on the top side of the map, and they're jumping in for more. Look at Skeeter. Skeeter's dying. Skeeter's just dead. Kez! With the help of Eki, just demolish him, and he's just waiting on the remnants. This is the second time that he's done this, and yet again he's gonna put in a lot of punishment on Malrine. Malrine able to get inside the base, but the chase down is coming. Grappling claw forward. Malrine, can he get off one more remnant? No, he cannot. He dies as Amar respawns. Mickey, though, not afraid of this bristleback whatsoever. Easily able to grapple claw out. Ace just fireflies through the river. And everybody's fine on Liquid.
He's bringing Quap, by the way. I'm pretty sure he's going to bring the Quap into the enemy base. Like, there is nothing to be afraid of any longer. If they want to go for the tier 3, they definitely can. And yeah, Queen of Pain starts hitting. They just went for the wave, basically. 6k damage. Like, usually it's the Queen of Pain that trumps absolutely everything and everyone in the game when it comes to the damage output. But they're playing with the Quap and the Kez.
Lasso. Slowest on the bristle, so it'll hold Ace in position. He'll eat a lot of damage from the Sunray, but now it just opens up the chance for Mickey and Nisha to jump on the Snaking. Well, the game's about to end. Can we have a damage check before everything is said and done? Because I don't think this game is going to last much longer.
Yeah, the numbers, you know, they're not as high as you usually expect them to be because these heroes are still dying very quickly. So you can't ramp up the numbers. Unfortunately for Nisha, there will be no record-breaking numbers here, but it's still good enough. The shard as well, by the way, from Quap. Like, when's the last time you saw a good egg? Like, he's just unable to use it. He gets blown up every single time. He gets silenced either by Kez or by the Quap.
Have we seen an egg at all this game?
There were a couple, but they die very quickly.
So we haven't seen an egg actually go off and stun heroes.
Maybe there was one. I can't remember. Every single egg that I remember died.
31,000. Malrine trying to interrupt this Roshan attempt. They see the roar. Unfortunately, Mickey is already on the high ground searching for his next target. Lasso thrown out onto Snaking. Dude, guys, let him play the game. I think they took that triple silence really personally at the end of game 1 because they keep punishing Snay. Mickey now right in front of Amar. Gonna ignore him for the moment. Go to the back lines, find Crit, bring him down as well with one spell. Sonic Wave pushing back Skeeter. Skeeter needs to run with his BKB active. Malrine can't really do anything. And they just keep chasing this Tiny. In the meantime, Tofu, he might be the only one caught out here. Stuck in between two heroes on Falcons. He will die, but will these heroes be able to escape? Bristleback is the first one out. He's gonna make it. And Malrine not gonna be so lucky. Remnants are expended. There's no BKB. There's no TP. There's no survivability. Nisha, beyond godlike, 14, 2, and 10 on the Quap.
Yeah, 50 seconds without the Tiny. They don't even have to go into the pit. This game, you know how it feels to me? It feels like some 2026 Dota meeting 2014 Dota. One team is just everywhere. They have a bazillion spells. The damage output is insane. And on the other, you have a Blade Mill at least.
Yeah, Supernova. Is it at least gonna go out? No. They destroy it because it's a Kiss. Raptidons onto Amar. He's dead as well. On the far side, they lose Crit. Buybacks on Malrine and on the Bristleback of Amar. But to what end? These heroes are still so tanky. Nisha still has 2,000 HP left. He just jumps onto Malrine, forcing him to retreat. Amar at least looking to try and bring down Eki. But what difference is it going to make when you have a Kez next to you dishing out so much damage you can't even begin to threaten the IO?
Time to wrap it up.
GG, well played is called. 37 minutes with a 41k gold lead. We are going to a game 3.
Yeah, GG, well played by both of these teams. I feel like there was a little bit of a drafting difference. Not only are you giving Kez away, but you're giving Kez away to one of the best Kez players in the world at the moment.
Jesus Christ, over to you guys.
That was just so lovely and heartwarming. Game 3, Big Liz.
That was a good hug. Bring it in.
Hug me. Yeah, here we go.
For game 3, Let's go.
Team Liquid, Team Falcons, this one game will grant you entry into the final day of the competition. This one game can earn you $40,000, and this is going to be for all the marbles. Let's see how this breaks out. One thing I'm curious about your opinion on, Liz. Yes, we heard about the Doom, the negative interactions with all the healing and stuff like this, right? But is this enough when you look at this draft to deal with the Queen of Pain?
Queen of Pain is a massive problem, of course. They got a couple of those. They didn't only get the Queen of Pain, they also got the Bat. Right now, Tiny already on half of his HP, by the way, suffering a little bit from Eki and Ace as they take down the range creep. So it's kind of cool. This whole tournament, we didn't talk about Bat way too much. Like, he's mentioned here and there, but he kind of flies under the radar because he's banned out all the time.
Yeah.
This is probably the strongest hero in the meta still. And in the series, is this game number 3 that we're seeing it? Every single game had a Bat.
Yep, and every Bat won. One thing we also heard from Blitz was about how, you know, he's tired, and that's one of the issues about these kind of games. Both Liquid and Falcons have played 4 games already. This is the 5th game for them. It's late at night. Fatigue and momentum. This is where it becomes very important to maintain these things throughout the course of the day.
Yeah, of course. At least, you know, they don't usually do anything else during the day. It's just play Dota 10 hours a day, so Skitter should be fine. I think it's actually, when it comes to fatigue, I think it's a bit harsher on the coaches. Because you just have to think about what you're doing all the time, super cerebral. You're not only playing off of mechanical skill and instincts, and you just have to watch your team every single game.
Yep. Right now, snaking and Skeeter are suffering a little bit in this bottom side of the lane. I suppose we did hear from Lacoste, you was mentioning, you know, you play with the maximum arcane curse into the Bat Rider, but with this constant sustain from Eki, at some point Ace just stops caring about this.
Yeah. Currently, when you look at silencers, I feel like Glaives of Wisdom have been the standard build, right? Like every single lane has been Glaives of Wisdom spam. Sure, you are going to get Arcane Curse afterwards, of course, but at the beginning at least, it's the Glaive spam. Lanes are pretty volatile on both sides, right? Silencer.
Some pressure onto Skeeter as well with the Spirits. Snaking. And it charged down
Zone,
Ace. Look at him go, plus 16 damage.
I think this lane changes maybe a little bit once you get the level 2 fire... sorry, not Fire Spirits, just Spirits.
Okay, Ace snaking. They might go back on top of him. Ace trying to heal himself up. Tree throw from the Tiny Skeeter. Assisting Snaking to get the first kill. It'll make it a double. This lane all of a sudden going heavily in favor of Falcons.
Yeah, they thought they had him. The Fairy Fire bait on the Bat Rider, but it feels like they didn't really account for the tree throw. It's completely switching things around. They become a lot stronger once they get level 3, but they pressured a little bit too early.
Top lane, lift back onto Mickey. There's a Fortune's End that's going to be there. Mickey, Boundless Strike back towards Crit. They want to bring down this Rubik and they'll kill him off with the Purifying Flames. Now Amar, he's being body blocked. He's not allowed to move. He's stuck in between these two heroes. Does he have enough damage to fight his way through? He has enough to at least kill Mickey. But Tofu will be the one that granted the double. So on both sides of the map, lots of action happening in the side lanes.
Yeah, this top lane as well, very volatile. Like, you have Doom and Rubik. Like, this has been the lane for Falcons today. I feel like they've had most success with Rubik versus Quap as well, of course, down the line. We'll see if Amar goes for the same Radiance build that he's been doing basically like 2 or 3 games already today.
Skeeter, Avalanche out onto the IO. Tree throw will be there, but Eki finds the tether to the high ground for Ace. I also really enjoy these like elimination games where both teams are putting streaks on the line, right? Undefeated IO Bat Rider versus undefeated Doom. Very fun to watch.
A couple of undefeated heroes in the last game as well, right? On both sides. Top lane, they're diving and they're killing. Good creep to find. Chain Lightning, 60 mana, pretty useful. This spell used to be even more busted back in the day. Not as strong any longer, but it's still a very nice nuke to have. Oracle, by the way, has been like being picked more and more in these last couple of days. Was a dead hero for quite some time. Has some value even into the Rubik, right? Like, you can dispel the Fate Point.
That is a very good point. Let's talk about this mid lane for a second. Nothing too unexpected here. Nisha has a high ground sentry to prevent the Sandstorm spam. So just feeling very good about himself. Maureen just trying to stay safe, pick up as much CS as he can.
A lot of these matchups have actually completely changed. Like a lot of matchups that used to be heavily favored for some heroes aren't as much any longer. Like Queen of Pain used to more or less body the Sand King with the Shadow Strike spam and just zone him out of the lane. But of course right now, only level 2 Shadow Strike.
Mickey's in trouble. Tofu, he was just hanging around on that twin gate for quite some time. And the Rubik was able to backstab Mickey and be like, wait a second, this guy's all alone. Let's just get an easy kill.
Yeah, not the first time that Amar has had 3 kills today, by the way, in the lane. Second time, like, he's just really enjoying the Doom. Even after the nerfs, like, this hero is still in a pretty good spot. Like, another one of those that can buy wraps as well and have a lot of value from it. Of course, if you look at his inventory, he's queued up the phases and the Radiance.
Yep. He's built Radiance every single game he's played Doom. That is just his build. How good is the Radiance overall in this game?
I mean, I don't think it's a game thing. I feel like that overall he just finds Radiance to be good on Doom. Queen of Pain.
Queen of Pain, she's in trouble. She's silenced by the last word, so she can't do anything right now. She's gonna lose her life. Eki will join her. One more right click from Maureen is all they'll need. Snaking. Already 4 intelligence stolen by the silencer.
This is such a good start so far from them. And bot lane as well. Ace
Sensor being triggered. Avalanche toss from Skeeter directly onto Ace. And during the Firefly of this Batrider, he'll find himself getting blown to pieces. A double kill for Sand King.
It's so juicy, right? Like you're playing something that, like Sand King, you had haste, you get the kill with Epi, but you also get the stacks. Like there was a hard camp stack, and now you take another set of stacks as well. Queen of Pain.
I'm gonna try to punish him for this one though. They jump on top of him. Borrow Strike will be there. Nisha will only have Blink in 6 seconds. It's only level 1. The Spirits, will they connect? The range is a bit too far. Maureen, he's out of mana though, so he can't actually Borrow Strike away. He'll end up dying. Nisha will get it back in blood for all the homies that he's lost.
They needed something, right? Like they needed to get anything done on the map, and they do get it. Mickey, top lane.
You're running after him. Amar doesn't have the level 6. Does have the Chain Lightning and the Scorched Earth though. Catching up with the Infernal Blade. Mickey, they know he's alone right now. And they are going to try and punish him. But Mickey, with the Boundless Strike, perhaps has created enough separation to get out of here. He needs to jump into the trees. Arcane Curse will get sent out of him. He tried to at least kill Snaking. But Crit was right there with the Fade Balls. Amar follows up with the Chain Lightning.
4 kills, by the way, to Amar. And by the way, we were talking about mid lane and how some of these matchups aren't really the same anymore. Monkey King used to be the counter to Doom in the lane.
Yeah.
Like you pick the Monkey, Doom has literally level 4 minute 12. Or he cannot lane at all. What has changed? Well, the skill build has changed. This new Doom, sort of new, like ever since the last patch, you don't take Devour that early on. Like Devour is taken usually at level 4. Like you go 2 levels in Scorched Earth, 1 Infernal Blade, and then you take Devour. And it completely changes things, because Monkey King gets bullied out by the damage that you bring to the table early on.
Second game this series where Mickey is not having a good time in lane against Amar. And it could get worse. Malrina's made a rotation top. They've even brought Skeeter here. Liquid, they're like, yeah, you know what? You got it, guys. Just take the tower. Do what you need to do.
He has level 6 on Doom. Taking him down at this point and fighting against him is maybe not the best idea. Steals that one with Purifying Flames. Tofu has had a good start, at least. Monkey didn't, but Tofu is almost level 6. Pretty early, level 6, by the way, on Support Oracle.
You know, going back to what T was saying on the panel, I'm really glad that Falcon... Oh, bottom. Snaking will die to the first lasso of the game. But I'm glad that Falcons are playing as fast as humanly possible. Not letting the game get away from them. Making sure that they're the ones on the front foot. They're the ones applying pressure.
Do you think that they'll continue playing all the time that way? Because I feel like they scale all right as well. Like when I look at these heroes, eventual Aghanims, Sand King, you know, there's a lot of damage coming from him. Radiance Doom doesn't strike me as a Doom that wants to end the game anytime soon. Radiance Doom means, I'm chilling, boys. I have time to farm. You get the Radiance as a farming tool as well. It's not only the damage.
Amar's always going to farm, no matter what.
Exactly. And keep in mind, like, this Queen of Pain has been, in most of the games, just the most impactful core position, right? Like, whenever she's picked. But you're playing into a Rubik. Like, Crit will be buying Aghanims 99% very shortly. Like, he will queue it up eventually.
So you go like a Distiller, Blink Axe?
I think so, yeah. You can go Distiller, Aetherlance Axe as well. As long as you get the Aghanims early enough, like, your Shadow Strike actually becomes a problem for the Queen. And everyone else on her side.
Nisha right now, said Queen is starting to farm into this Veil of Discord. Picking up some medium camps and some Ancients right now. Does have the Sonic Wave. We'll see if the decision is made to move and try to make something happen top. They might even go middle. Fortune's End thrown out, but it's just a token one. Doesn't even bother channeling it for long. The one thing that all of this has been doing, though, we've alleviated some pressure from Ace, who was under a lot of scrutiny down bottom, but now is actually going to be able to farm.
They TP the tiny mid.
Okay. Do they just want to force the tower?
It seems so.
Got a Sea Dragon with it.
They have global as well.
Eki, going to be the first one that TP's in. Tier 1 tower being aggressed upon Liquid. Doesn't seem like they'll bring the requisite numbers. I say that, but Ace is actually starting to sweep over as well. Thinking about getting involved here, but it might be too late. The tower's already gone, and now they just Burrow Strike directly into Ace. Global Silence activated as well. Ace falling extremely low, and eventually he will die. The epicenter going off, channeling onto Tofu, doing a lot of damage. He will be able to, at the very least, get off the False Promise, buy some time, but that's all it is. The time is bought, the time is rescinded. Amar on a dominating streak, and Liquid bleeding kills all over the map.
It was hard to take this fight because of the global. There's a chance, by the way, for Tofu to get a couple of highlight clips this game. As an old school Oracle player, you know, like, you can still purge global, pre-purge it. So if he anticipates the global, he can cast it on himself and then false promise someone else afterwards. It's a thing. It's really hard to do, of course, but you know, you can aura farm by doing that.
Aura maxing. I mean, he was Twink maxing the other day, so he can aura max today. Oh yeah, actually we forgot. This is the Twink versus Twink matchup, right?
The Skirrer versus Tofu. Yeah. I feel like the Liquid boys eventually are going to be, you know, accepted into the gym club that Blitz is running, so they can't be Twinks for way too long.
It's a limited amount of time as they bring in the relocate. Crit will probably be the one that dies here. And they give the kill towards Ace. Getting him closer and closer towards having that Blink Dagger. Very similar to Game 2, where, you know, the Batrider needs to be the primary one, making and forcing these initiations to happen, because they don't really have much catch otherwise.
Yeah, the thing is, it's a bit different. Like, we've seen a couple of Bat games now. In this one, you have Bat with Lasso and you have Relocate. But at some point, it can also be a bait, because Global Silence versus Bat Lasso and Relocate actually works nicely too. Right? Like, you can completely counterplay that with a well-timed Global, so not as easy to always have a free pick-off with the Lasso.
Crit shows up middle, pops the smoke. He will take Malrine on a little adventure, as he now has the Blink Dagger available. They have vision. This Observer Ward scouted that Ace was farming here in the Ancient stack.
Yeah, they see the creeps. They see the creeps moving to him, so...
Epicenter being channeled. Malrine, can he get him? Burrow Strike will connect. This should be a death onto Ace. They lift him back, hit him with the Fade Bolt, and they throw a tree at him from downtown. Skeeter ensures that they kill the Batrider.
Kill secured. That's how they call it, right? Securing the kill. Unfortunately for the Bat, Io is still in farm mode, so there was no relocate out, there was no help for him. And fortunately for the Sand King, of course, once again, not only does he find a kill, but he snatches a pretty juicy stack.
Yep. See Mickey jumping around. He has a Mage Slayer ready to go. Gonna be going into the Mage Slayer Deso build. Very standard at this point for the Monkey King.
Yeah, just a bunch of Mithril Hammers queued up. Like, you click on him, you see 3 Mithril Hammers in the quick buy. So...
What's been the most that somebody's bought?
Mithril Hammers?
Probably like 4, right? If you go BKB, Basher, Deso.
Yeah.
Unless somebody also went Mjolnir on top of that, then that would be crazy. As it stands, Team Liquid on the back foot.
You could see it on Monkey, right? Like you could, I can't imagine a build that has all of these, so.
Maybe not the Mjolnir.
Yeah.
The Mjolnir feels a bit too much.
It does, absolutely. But it's a Mithril Hammer. We're Mithril Hammer maxing. Mithril maxing.
Myth maxing. Nisha needs to be careful here. Does have Tofu behind him though. However, Global Silence is online, so Liquid needs to be very careful about the moves they make and where they show on the map. For example, top lane, Mickey ended up showing in lane and Global Silence is expended. Amar trying to chase him down, Infernal Blade is out. They won't even need the Doom to kill him. Nisha will find revenge by bringing down Snaking, but cannot stick around for too long lest he gets doomed himself. He'll kill a courier on the way out and then retreat.
Global has been used, but another nice steal from Crit, by the way. Getting to tree dance.
They might actually use that tree dance. He jumps forward, gets the lift back onto Eki. Mallory knows exactly where to go with the epicenter. Finds Eki, isolates Tofu, and both of them will die. Amar gets credit for the double kill.
Brazil on the Doom. 7 kills, 1 death. And by the way, that looked like a kill on Io and that's it, but saving your body syndrome strikes again, so both of them die. Like Oracle and Io are sometimes very difficult to play against, like when you have these kind of double saves on a team, because it's hard to jump one target or the other. The difference though for Falcons is I don't think they're going to have too many issues with that. The difference maker is still the Silencer. He's one, and the other one is actually the Sand King. His AoE damage can just clean both of them up.
He's trying to get into a BKB. He needs it before the Blink Dagger to deal with this global somehow. But in that interim period, Falcons feel very free on the map. Skeeter going directly into the Silver Edge. But based on what we saw in Game 1, remember the comms from Kutofu, reminding his team to try and fight as much as possible in the downtime between the globals. And they're going to relocate top. Amar will be scouted here. Fortune's End connect on top of him, and they will be able to kill him. Nicely done. The whole team is here, but when you're this far behind, anything you get off the map is definitely worth it.
Yeah, he's a big kill and a big punishment. Like they got around 1,000 gold from one single kill. So a huge swing.
Should Snaking go refresh? How early do you want him to buy Refresher this game? Or Midas, actually.
Are you asking me about the Midas?
Yes,
yeah,
he's gonna buy Midas.
I was waiting for that. Well, he has 4 staff for now queued up. It depends on his read of the game, Eki. If he feels like this game is going to go super late, I feel like he might get the Midas again.
Oh, look at this crit. This tree dance has been extremely useful. They're triggering onto Ace. Malrine knows where he's at, thinking about channeling this epicenter. They want to find him first. The TP out. Will it be there in time? No, it will not. Skeeter knew exactly where he was in the corner. Interrupted by the Avalanche. Stunned up by the Burrow Strike and killed off by Snaking, who has 16 suffering intelligence.
Why does Amar suffer a tip, by the way? Because he wasn't a part of all of this, I guess. Yeah, 16 charges on Silencer is pretty damn good. They didn't even have to use the epicenter to get the bat kill. Slowing down his BKB, of course, is pretty important. And yeah, Rubik, by the way, Aether Lens into an Aghanim queued up, like nothing else. You don't really need a lot. As long as you get the Aghanims versus Quap, you just heal the Shadow Strike and that's it. You don't even have to think about other spells, even though Tree Dance is pretty damn nice. Any sort of mobility when you're playing against it and you get to steal it on Rubik feels good.
And you could get both, right? Once you get the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, you can get the Shadow Strike and some Tree Dance, just jump around and Shadow Strike everyone. It sounds like a nightmare to play against.
Nisha, although, does have the first card drawn for Exodia. Aghanim Scepter is now picked up. Although could end up dead here. Malrine channeling the epicenter, going directly in. There's the global, preventing the safety relocate out. They still don't have enough damage to kill him off just yet. There's the false promise as soon as the global finishes. Nisha will stay living, going back onto Malrine, Sonic Wave onto the Sand King, but they need Mickey's damage. He just can't reach in time. Amar now shows up, gets a Doom out onto the Queen of Pain. She is almost certain to die here. Eki tried to get the relocate out, but leaves just as she dies. Now all of a sudden, Mickey is fighting at a numerical disadvantage. Skeeter gets right on top of him. Tofu buys some time with the Fate's Edict, but eventually they do find him. A toss onto Ace. Ace gets Burrow struck. Ace will die. Eki on the return from the reload at least brings down the Sand King with the spirits.
I mean, these two supports, if Amar and Tiny wanted to go on them, like they could have, but okay, they back out. Relocate, by the way, was timed. It wasn't timed badly. The problem is Queen of Pain moved out. There was some miscommunication between Eki and Nisha. And Nisha moved a little bit too far and Eki couldn't follow, so the tether broke. Relocate was on point, but the tether was on cooldown then, so they couldn't really get him out. When you think about it, Io, even though he doesn't heal against Doom, isn't a bad hero against Doom, because you can just reload the target out. Reset that way, leave the hero that's doomed in the fountain, and then go back with him, so... This time, of course, it didn't work.
On the bright side, they did get a couple kills in that situation. The dark side is that, you know, all their cores died in that moment, which is very unfortunate, but... Now Skeeter, Silver Edge available for him. This map just feels so scary, man. We still don't have that BKB for Ace nor for the Monkey King.
Yeah, for now there's no global. For now, 5 seconds away, they will have it again on. Snake King and Falcons, more or less, are pretty much ready to go again. There is something to be said about damage issues on Falcons. I feel like Queen of Pain usually makes the team just not have any damage problems, but the two supports that they've got, Io and Oracle, just contribute like, almost nothing when it comes to DPS, so they still have to wait for Monkey and Bat to come online.
Tier 1 tower taken by Nisha bottom. Deso now finished for Mickey. It's a 6k gold lead in favor of Falcons, but we've seen larger leads than this be turned around. So Crit will steal some spirits. Oh, Eki is so dead. Skeeter right on top of him. Man, this Tiny doing so much damage. Mega kill streak for him.
Yeah, there's a DD rune on top as well.
Doom. He actually saw where they went to with Ace and Nisha. He gets the Doom out onto Ace, but got the Firefly already going. He's already activated the Bongo Boot, so the movement speed allows him to just run away from the Doom.
Yeah, that looked kind of wasted from the get-go, right? Just using it immediately on Bat if you have no catch. That's a pretty big cooldown just wasted. Like 2 minutes without Doom now. Something that Team Liquid will probably look to exploit. Like they should be smoking up. They have a BKB as well on Bat. There you go, smoke.
BKB is up on Bat. Doom is down. Global is available still. And they also just picked up the Aghanim Scepter for Malrine. And I don't think this has been scouted by Liquid. They could be heavily surprised by the increase in the magic damage.
Some nice magic, some nice physical damage as well from Sand King now as well, right? On top. And the DD in the bottle.
Doom. It's going to be the one that gets found here. Ace trying to bounce back the Dooms. Only going to be able to catch up to Snake King. Hasn't used the lasso just yet. BKB is still at the ready if needed. He will try to drag him back. There's the Burrow Strike. The BKB immediately triggered by Ace. And now Malrine finding himself in an awkward position. Bounced back towards the rest of Team Liquid. And killed off by Ace. Good patience on the Batrider to hold that BKB until he knew for sure that the Sand King was coming.
Yeah, the lasso looked bad though, right? Like, you catch a target that... Like, it's a silencer, position 5 that already used the global, but I guess the plan was to bait them onto the high ground, to make them think that they're strong enough to fight without Doom, which is something that possibly crossed Malrine's mind as he went in with Yeppy.
Trying to chase Skeeter. They saw him moving with the Silver Edge. They're catching up to him. Ace is going to be there. There's no lasso available, but they do have a lot of slows. Flame break back. Skeeter, nice little avalanche. But he doesn't have his BKB just yet. Amar needs to run a lot of interference. The Croakers end up just getting themselves involved in this fight. A stun sort of disrupts the movement from everybody.
Yeah, they were helping out a little bit. Peacemakers right there. UN. In these last couple of engagements, Amar didn't really have Doom. Like, it was still on cooldown because of that bat usage earlier. But now he does have it. He's, by the way, going for a heart.
Okay. He did this the other day, but he didn't
Okay.
do it this early on.
He switched up. He switched up. He switched into Shivas.
Okay.
I mean, how unkillable do you actually want to be?
Yes.
Heart plus Radiance. Let's go. Just run in, burn.
I mean, there's no guarantee he won't still buy the heart after the Shivas.
That's true. So no blink. He isn't queuing it up. I mean, he's got a lot of mobility between the speed aura, the drums, and the scorched earth.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Somebody else has to buy Blink. He's like, me guys, I'm a carry today. Do you think he'll go for the Aghanim Scepter like he did the other day?
It's an all-right of an Axe game. Like, if he finds reasons for it, like if you think that you have to jump the backlines and catch multiple heroes, like these multiple savers with the Axe, it's okay.
Well, unfortunately, he's not getting Shivas. In true characteristic of Amar fashion, it's changing to Harpoon.
All right.
All right, we'll see what he actually buys, right?
Yeah.
No point looking at his quick buy.
This Harpoon is mostly built on position 1 Dooms right now. Like there's a couple of players that do attempt Doom from the carry role, and usually it's the Harpoon build. Like you take Harpoon and you find a Wolf, like your crits are pretty damn high. So, I mean, it's something.
Or a strike will missed through the mid lane. Tofu, like, he Fate edited him beforehand, just preemptively ensuring that the Queen of Pain would survive if he got jumped on. The same might not be true for Ace, though, as he is being shadowed. Unfortunately, because Malrine showed middle, he's not smoked and he's not with the team, so they can't get the easy catch on Batrider. He just blinks away from Skeeter.
Yeah, Falcons right now, they're burning their time a little bit because, sure, they're farming on every single core, but I think that currently they have an advantage, and that advantage is no dispels on the IO or on the Oracle. And because of these two heroes not having dispels, your Dooms, your Globals, your Epicenters aren't really easy to dodge. Most of these fights, I would say Falcons would have an advantage in, but BKB is being built on the IO, Greaves are being built on the Oracle. They're still quite far from the Greaves, but they're getting there.
The BKB is available. Even if Eki dies here, not that big of a deal.
As Tether,
I think after what happened last time, he's like, guys, if they're going on me, just let me die.
there was a creep wave coming, but a little bit too far for the Tether in the end. Bot lane?
Yeah, they're going to try and quickly counter here. There is a sentry ward down, though, so they see Skeeter. In the meantime, though, Queen of Pain, she jumps the backline, trying to bring down Crit. Crit definitely going to die here. Global Silence has been activated, but where's the follow-up damage? Amar comes through. Tofu right in front of him. Malrine misses the power strike onto Nisha. He's still trying to take this fight because Mike is here with the Wukong's command. BKB now activated by Amar. He really wants to chase down Tofu, but Tofu just blinks away, and so does the Queen of Pain. BKB now grabbed by Mike. If he wants to go back into the fight, it goes in. BKB active. Fortune's in, being channeled by Tofu. Is going to land out onto Skeeter. Nisha will put in some spells on the Tiny, but he activates BKB, starts right-clicking onto Mickey.
Epi.
Losing more health, though, and there's Malrine with the Epicenter, but Eki tethered up to Nisha, healing him through all of this with the BKB active. They're going to turn this damn fight. Nisha gets a triple kill.
Yep.
Eki carries this fight so hard by making sure that Nisha has all the resources he needs, and because of all that Space Lizard, Mickey can clean up Amar and turn it into a team wipe.
This is the moment where you ask for the damage recap, by the way. Not only the healing recap, we can see that one as well, but Queen of Pain was doing some pretty good work once again. I mean, I'm not even surprised anymore. Every single fight when this hero gets an Aghanims looks similar to how it looked like right here. And they were getting so much value from the Shadow Strike, not only for the damage, but it was 24/7 applied to Malrine, so he cannot blink in, he cannot find like the right way to use the Epicenter. In the end, Epi was used, but he was just constantly sitting on the sidelines trying to find the right angle to actually enter the fight.
It's kind of crazy that the BKB arrived during this for Mickey. Enables him to just stick to Skeeter. And once Eki arrives, yeah, this fight is over now.
I won't kill. He has big streak. Fuck yeah, boys. Let's go.
Good guy, Mickey. He's got a big streak. He's like, Nisha, here you go, OG. Take the gold. That's a real teammate right there. Better man than me. There's no way I'm giving up that streak.
Under attack.
You're stealing the streak. Like, you're fate bolting it if you're a Rubik. I know, I'm the same. I'm trying to get it no matter what.
Well,
I'm the kind of a guy that kills on an ultra kill, you know?
oh, okay. That's messed up, bro. That's messed up.
Radiant's
That's reportable behavior, genuinely.
Secure the kill.
Nisha securing all the kills right now. Aghanims, Bloodstone, BKB has the Partisans brand.
The level 20 talent as well, by the way. Some extra Scream of Pain damage, of course, which works in tandem with the Aghanims and Shadow Strike. They are still not there yet when it comes to crit Zags. And I honestly think that this crit Aghanim Scepter can change things and the way the teamfights go. Like, if he manages to get the Ags and to start stealing the Shadow Strike, he will be dealing more or less the same damage as Quap, or maybe even more so because of Arcane Supremacy. Like, you get 26% spell amp on top.
The way this game has flipped, before that fight started, Team Liquid had a 37% chance win probability. Now it's completely inverted. It's in their favor right now. And they're going to try and push that advantage. They smoke up, they find Crit in the triangle. He tries to lift himself to safety, but that'll only work for so long, my friend. You're being chased by a monkey and a bat rider. They will not allow you to escape.
Yeah. When you're playing Rubik and when you're going for a straight Aghanims, your positioning has to be absolutely impeccable. Like, if you're out of position just slightly, you will be hunted down. Snake also under vision.
Yeah, does have global, but not going to use it here. Nikkei doesn't even need to hit him with a boundless. Just right clicks through him, easily kills off the silencer. In the meantime, Nisha has just been pushing this tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Will be able to grab it as well.
Is this the Exodia build or is he missing something? He's got the Bloodstone, the Aghanims, the Kaya.
The Shivas, I guess.
Okay.
That's all that's lacking.
Kaya, Sanj, Bloodstone, and Shivas.
It still already feels pretty Exodia at this point.
It's Kaya, Sanj. I feel like after that he can go for an Octarine as well for the perma spam. It's already very spammy from the Queen of Pain, but makes things even easier.
All right, so what's the recovery plan right now for the side of Falcons? They still have not that big of a gold deficit. They still have BKBs on all of their cores.
They do, but one hero that I'm not really seeing have too much impact in teamfights is Sand King. Like, they completely shut him down.
Oh, Doom! The Sonic Wave with the Wukong's command. I thought this hero was supposed to be tanky. He dies during the BKB. Nothing you could do about it. Team Liquid, they're on a roll right now, tearing through the map.
Maybe he needs to, that hard that he queued up earlier if he wants to survive. There's just so much damn filthy damage coming. Global?
Silence, it's on bottom. They're trying to prevent Ace from jumping in with the lasso. We'll buy Skeeter an opportunity to escape, but now you've committed global. What else do you have to actually threaten them if you want to make the jump?
Yeah, with that global being used, Queen of Pain can just literally do this. Sit on the high ground, hit the tower, maybe Monkey King can commit once he has the Wukong's command as well. There's nothing to be afraid of. Like, Oracle is just sitting in the back and waiting with the false promise.
Oracle on the one side, Io on the other. The layered heals of Team Liquid proving difficult for Falcons to deal with. So they're about to lose their first tier 3 tower. Nisha, okay, how much further does he want to push this? I think you got enough, Jack. That's good enough.
30 seconds on the Aegis. If it lasted a little bit longer, perhaps they would stick around, but Doom is respawning, Aegis is being reclaimed.
In retrospect, do you think they should have bought the Blink Dagger on Amar?
It would give you a different angle. It's kind of hard to say. Like, he decided to go for this build, and he is such a good Doom player that most of the time he finds the right angle to utilize Doom anyway, to cast the Doom spell, that is. So, like, most of the time he doesn't buy the Blink, and it still works. This was one of those off games where it doesn't.
Let's see what the smoke will yield for them. Malrine has a BKB available. Everybody's online. They don't have global for another 10 seconds, though. Will be available soon. But like you mentioned, they have so many dispels on Liquid.
Yeah, they have Aghanims Rubik, though. That has been completed as well.
Skeeter. He sees Tofu. This could be a great person to start the fight on. Eki's waiting in the wings. There's going to be the avalanche, the epicenter. Tofu gets eviscerated. Eki will be able to remove the Queen of Pain from the fight, but Mickey might be in an awkward position now. He gets doomed, he gets global, he gets brought down. And Eki will unfortunately have to join him in the fountain. As soon as he comes back from this relocate, he's going to die extremely quickly.
It's here? He's fine, right? Like, he's out.
Wait, what?
On the Wisp, he's not going back there.
No, he's not. I thought he was going to go back. Where did he relocate from then?
Did he reload or did he BKB TP? I'm not sure. I think he BKB TP'd, right?
I guess so. Reload.
No, it's off cooldown.
He reload. Like, reload's on cooldown right now. Huh? I don't understand what happened there. But by some miracle, Eki's out. He's chilling.
This brings me back to the Alliance days and the good old EGM TPing after the reload, timing it at the perfect moment. But yeah, a pretty good fight by Falcons. Like, they had a little bit of luck as well. Lasso.
Lasso going out, it's onto the Doom. The spell isn't available, nor is there a global silence to help protect him. But with the BKB, he is tanky enough. Jump on the high ground is going to be Nisha, but he gets Borrow Strike almost immediately. Eki is there with the tether though. Skeeter finding the two hero avatars. Eki gets out. Relocate once more, will save him.
This time around, it was definitely the reload that gets him away. They're just healing so damn much with the Oracle, right? Like, it's not only that he's healing the IO, he's healing the target that's tethered constantly. Aghanims, by the way, we did talk about the Ags on Rubik, but he's got one as well. Now on the IO, he's had it for a little bit now.
Batrider also has a 4-star. He still has BKB at the ready. 15 seconds until they have Lasso. No real vision on any target on the map, so this smoke might not connect onto anybody.
You can see that the game is still pretty damn close, right? Like, after the last couple of fights, Falcons have managed to bring it back, especially when it comes to net worth. Of course, they do have Doom. Like, you're constantly devouring units, so you have this little mini Midas advantage in your toolkit. He's, by the way, going back for the heart, queuing it up right now.
See how he fares getting to that item. He's about to get lassoed here. Sonic Wave does the damage. Global Silence will be there. And actually, Stolen Lasso dragging Ace back into the base. Skeeter's going to start beating down on top of him. And Ace is going to be the one that falls. Amar gets healed up, taken to the fountain and lives. While Eki, not allowed to get out with the relocate. He dies on the high ground and drops a gem towards snaking as well.
Ah, that was such a good high ground hold and a nice lift. Like, the moment he jumped in is the same moment that he's lifted. You cannot go in without using the BKB. I feel like it has to be there immediately. Lasso as well, by the way, on Rubik with Curiosity is pretty damn good. It lasts a bit longer as well. The cooldown is lower, so he'll be able to spam it a couple of times before it's reclaimed. By the way, so far, I don't think he managed to steal Shadow Strike. Nisha is actually very careful not to give it away. Every time he uses Shadow Strike, he follows up with Scream of Pain. And Scream of Pain is way worse of a spell to steal.
Maybe it's not so bad now. He has the lasso, so you can get the double hero lasso, and then you double scream it.
I mean, yeah, he actually has a better lasso than the bat in multiple ways, because of the Aghanims as well. Unfortunately, no blink. He's sitting on 1800 gold. Maybe he'll think about buying it next.
If he'd stuck around here on this high ground, they would have been able to kill him, but drops an Observer Ward, retreats. Good game sense there from Crit.
By the way, check the range of lasso on Rubik. It's not the bat lasso. This one is a little different.
Wow, okay. That seems fair and balanced to me. I don't see a problem with that. Remember when old Batrider kind of had a lasso that big? Way back in the day? Roshan being attempted by Liquid.
Amar is under vision.
Yeah, but he has the heart now. There's no way they're going to jump him first. And there it is, the refresher for snaking. So double silence is available. Liquid will post up around the Roshan pit. Not going to just stand inside and give themselves up as easy targets. Very scary place to be for both of these teams. This could be a game-deciding fight. This is Roshan number 2, so a banner could really facilitate
Smoke
a push
breaks.
in either direction. Amar goes up with the Shivas just to scout a little bit. Nisha will blink back. He's really unafraid. Got Tofu and Eki behind him, so no chance of them actually killing him.
Has Aeon Disc as well, right? So has that saving grace from the Aeon Disc, and maybe afterwards the False Promise can follow through. Like, both teams are really good at fighting in these clutch little ramp areas. On one side you have Sand King, who loves playing in clumped up areas, but on the other you have Wukong's Command too. When it comes to the pit, it's all about who gets initiated on first, especially when you have Lasso on both sides right now. Rush will be going top though.
Yep.
Do they have a smoke? They do, they're still smoked up.
It's Falcons who has the positioning at this juncture right now. Unfortunately, they don't want to really put anyone in the pit to hit the Roche either. And look, are they really going to go for this full wrap on the side of Liquid? It seems that way.
Are scanning.
Nisha has a shield rune, so not an easy target to go on. But Ace and Monkey King, they're the ones that are going to find the vision. They're going all the way around. Ace, Firefly activated. Can he find Snake King? He can. He grabs him before the global, but immediately Grit is there with the counter lasso to save them. The first global will come out. He still end up losing the Rubik, but the Sonic Wave pushing back some of these heroes. Snake King will die to all of this magic damage. It's a 1-1 trade so far. Crit buying back immediately. Burrow Strike catching up onto Tofu. Tofu's gonna die as well. Does have buyback if he wants to use it. Yet again, Crit unable to steal the Shadow Strike, only getting the Scream of Pain. And now that they've used both globals, they've used the Burrow Strike at the epicenter, they've used the Doom, they're out of steam on the side of Team Falcons.
Yeah, they're falling back. The BKBs as well have been utilized, and they don't want to continue fighting. IO bought back and relocated in just to help out a little bit, but MVP of this fight, damage aside, there was a lot of damage dealt on both sides, was definitely Tofu. Like, he was in the right position at the right time to break the initial lasso, and it kind of rescued the fight for Liquid from then on. Because if the lasso was allowed to just stand there on a double target by Rubik, I don't think they had a chance in hell to take the W.
Well, thankfully for them, Tofu playing on his A game, does die for the cause, but his sacrifice will net Team Liquid and Aegis a banner. And put Mickey almost at level 25 on the Monkey King. He's going for the Disperser as well, so that he has another source of Dispel outside of having to pop BKB.
It's a pretty good item on him, right? Like, not only you're getting a lot from it, you're getting the mana burn, of course, as well. You're getting the Disperser active, but the movement speed that you get from it too, right? Like, you can move around the fight much better. You don't have to rely on only changing of the guard. You can replace Aegis or maybe Boots with it as well. And we're getting to that point where Monkey King will probably, with the of course, with the 25, he takes the additional ring. So once you start pushing, you can make that huge arena where it's really difficult to fight.
Actually gonna try to play aggressively right now. Tree dancing forward into Falcon's side of the map. Did get a little bit of vision on top of him. He now shows Global Silence will come out, but he's right on top of Snake King. Pops the BKB to make sure that the Silencer does die. They also find the Lasso, dragging Amar back towards the rest of Team Liquid. He will attempt the BKB TP out, and the Nightfall maneuver will succeed.
Yeah, just the BKB TP works when you have how much HP? 4.3k on the Doom, sitting on a lot of armor as well. So this time around was able to get away.
That's another global that's down. I mean, sure, he does have the refresher, but is there? Are we at that stage of the game where the Silencer just has to sit as far back as possible, basically camp base, just to make sure that the globals always go out?
He can, at this point. Like, the biggest impact that you do have as a Silencer at this point is truly just the global. You know, all the other spells that you're casting are nice, but they're not nearly as impactful. So your job is to use it twice.
Amar is also level 25, has the mute talent, of course. So now the question is, what are we buying? Is it refresher time? Is it Ags time? Blink time?
I was hoping for the permanent Scorched Earth. Come on. Just run around the map, bring Doom everywhere. But of course, mute is the stronger option of the two. But he's carrying the damn speed aura the whole game, by the way.
Are scanning.
Like the whole game, that one little kobold has been digesting in his stomach for 40 minutes now.
He wants to move fast, man. What do you want me to say? Doom comes across the Monkey King. Both of them have BKB. MOUZ just returned. Mickey still has an Aegis, so no need to put himself in any real danger here.
He's got like 550 movement speed the moment he uses phase boots, so 600 even. It's a pretty speedy Doom.
45 minutes in. Team Liquid, the momentum is in their favor. And Nisha is officially at Exodia territory. Here we are. Now everything from here on out is a bonus. Sonic Wave out onto Snake King. Snake King is going to die really quickly. Skeeter will be able to get the Avalanche toss out onto
Sonic
the
Wave.
Pain. Soul and Sonic Wave thrown back by Crit, but Mickey there to put down the Wukong's command. Skeeter's losing his life very quickly. There's a Doom applied to the Queen of Pain, but Tofu with the false promise ensures that Nisha will stay living. There will be a secondary silence. They're trying their best with Malrine and this epicenter, and it's gonna work out. Ace and Nisha both end up dead. Mickey right now trying to fight through all of this with the help of Eki. Is he strong enough? Tofu will buy back to try and help him. Skeeter right in front of him doesn't die. The BKB, it might be expired, but so is the Monkey Kings. They have the burst damage to kill both him and Eki. And Mickey will return for life too, but it's too late. The fight has been lost. 4 heroes have been taken, and Falcons punch back in a big, big way.
Damn, they just melted. The Doom was on the perfect target, right? Like, not only do they manage to kill off Quap, she's the majority of the damage from Liquid. So if the Quap isn't there to constantly spam the Shadow Strike, it's kind of hard for Monkey to do the heavy lifting on his own. And they were just clumped up together. Like, the Sonic Wave as well, stolen by Rubik. And overall, like, epicenter here was pretty much perfect. False Promise is good, but Queen of Pain is still not casting spells. She's doomed. So it doesn't really change a lot. She still dies in the end afterwards.
Yep. That was a beautiful stolen Sonic Wave from Crit.
Yep.
Looked really good.
I still think he didn't steal Shadow Strike, by the way. Probably wants to, but isn't able to.
Also in that fight, Snake King, he did a very smart thing, buying back after the BKBs, silencing them then.
Yep. One thing that you can always do as Silencer is, as long as you're saving the buyback, even if you die in a fight, you just buy back and use the global again. They had reload, by the way, but they didn't want to use it defensively here. This whole time, I guess Eki wasn't really sure. Like, the communication is always with your carry. Can you stay? Do we go out? But it has to be done in like less than a second. You have to decide that. This time around, they decided to stick around, and it didn't really work out.
We have the heart rate monitor graph coming back. That's what you like to see. I guarantee that's the hearts of all the players in this game. Just ups and downs. Win probability has shifted yet again. Closer to a very even game right now. Still favoring Liquid, but as we've just seen, if Amar can find the correct Doom, a lot can change in these fights.
I mean, eventually he can find multiple Dooms. He's buying the Refresher. Maybe an Aghanims at this point is also honestly an option. He bought the Shard, by the way. So with the Devour, I think there are better options now, like that you can take Ancients. This Shard is pretty good on Doom, not only because it gives you 2 charges, like your abilities are stronger when you Devour. And there's a couple of Ancients that you really become kind of broken when you take them. The Prowler, like you have a BKB piercing disable with it, and you get a pretty nice Ravage from the Croakers.
Maybe he'll just be a simple man and get himself a Granite Golem.
Ah, that's an option, of course, as well. You have a Tiny. You get like, what, 16, 17% HP?
Oh yeah.
It's not bad for a hero that is already sitting on 5k.
Tofu will get Reign of Destiny from a Tormentor taken by Team Liquid. Now we have a Refresher as well from Malrine. Okay. Eki, they're reloading somewhere.
He wants the Wisdom Shrine. This is
It's the
like a
Wisdom
normal
Shrine.
play, but...
Is he gonna get out of this one? Absolutely not. Sorry, bro.
80 seconds on the sidelines. He has buyback. it's not really strange to see a Wisp do this. Like, when you're playing IO, sometimes you want to relocate into the Wisdom Shrine area just to take it. Sometimes, most of the time, you're doing it on an enemy Wisdom Shrine, not on your own. This time around, he didn't really have the info where they were.
See if Falcons want to do anything from this. Doesn't seem so. They're happy to back. Roshan potentially up in 30 seconds. And they're going to smoke, actually, hoping to catch somebody off map. They saw the Queen of Pain blinking in her own jungle. There are some wards on the high ground, but she is back to safety in the base.
They have the double global, right? Already, top lane is pushed in, but that's something that Silencer can deal with, so they're free to play the map. By the way, Crit getting closer to level 25 as well. He's sitting on 23, 40% spell amp for stolen spells. When you're playing versus a Queen of Pain, sounds pretty damn good.
But you can't get Shadow Strike, though.
He's gonna get it, eventually.
At the end of the game, like the last spell that he steals. Right now, Skeeter and the boys roaming across the map. We almost have the Satanic for Skeeter. We saw he almost died in that last engagement, but now he'll be able to stand his ground even when the BKB expires. Also, if he's the one that gets Shadow Struck, at least he'll now have an additional Dispel.
Yeah, that's something that the supports on the Radiant side didn't really go for. Whenever you're playing versus Queen of Pain, I think it's very important to get a couple of the spells, but these kind of supports, like Silencer isn't really even in the fight most of the time, and Rubik just wants to itemize for himself.
Falcons, they went into the Roshan pit hoping that the big man was up. This is a good time to be having Oracle, right? You know that the Roshan fight's going to be the most important one, but you also know exactly when it's coming, so you can set up a lot easier on Liquid. Let's see what buybacks look like. Still 2 minutes out for Ace, still 2 minutes out for Tofu. Is it... How... can they afford to give away an Aegis and just hold for the buybacks to return?
I think they will fight. I think they will most likely take a fight and not let them take Aegis, because it's not only Aegis, right? It's cheese, it's refresher, it's way too much value in the pit. And there we go, congregations. Of course, he took it for the bonus movement speed, but the mini Ravages, not so mini with the Shard. It's pretty good, like on Doom, so... As the Shivas has Refresher, of course, as well, ready.
Aghanim Scepter is available on Ace. They find Amar first. He's gonna turn there. There's gonna be the stun coming out of the Croaker. But there's a Lotus Orb immediately on Mickey. Fortune Zen comes through as well, so he'll be fine. But now Falcons know that Liquid are trying to go for them.
Snaking down bottom, relocate.
Okay, they're gonna try that. In the meantime, though, Nisha, this could be a bigger target. He gets caught by himself here. Malreen able to jump the backline, stopping Erki and them from participating in this fight. Nisha, he's still doomed. He's trying to get away. He's not gonna be allowed to do so. Skeeter ends up bringing him down. Tofu died as well, and it's a dieback on the Oracle. Ace able to drag Crit into the Wukong's command. They ensure that the Rubik does die, and they did manage to bring down Malreen. But still, Skeeter on the chase. Malreen brought back. Doesn't have the BKB or the Refresher available, but he refreshed before he died. Toss on Monkey. They break down the tree. They get him with the Croaker stun. They get the kill on Mickey. Buyback available, but he does not want to have to use it. Looks like Falcons have won the fight around the Roshan pit.
Does he actually use it? Let's see. Queen of Pain going through the Twin Gate. Okay, never mind. It seems like he will not be using it, as Nisha is already down on the bot lane, focusing on out-pushing, farming them up a little bit. They were picking out the Silencer. And I was thinking, okay, are they actually going to try this? They did try. They tried to relocate on top of him, but he just instantly globaled. And the global not only protected him, it caught out Queen of Pain too. So they were able to jump the Quap at the same time. Just snaking, probably playing for himself, but having impact globally, of course.
It's in the name of the spell. He's using it to perfection right now. Skeeter with an Aegis in tow. They gave the cheese to the Doom. And the Refresher shot. We already saw the triple silence in game 1. Snaking.
This has to be fixed though, right? Like
oh, for sure. Yeah, this is super bugged.
This is literally a bug.
Yeah.
The fact that you can pick up the shard and give it to someone, and then they can refresh and use the shard as well. Kinda silly.
To be fair, we've seen a lot of silly things today. And I like that Malrine went for this Aeon Disc. He recognizes that he's in a vulnerable position. If he dies again, it's a full dieback. But now it's going to be so much harder to actually kill him.
Yeah, they have two heroes in danger, right? Queen of Pain on one side and the Sand King on the other. Both heroes without buyback.
Can anybody buy a Nullifier to help deal with this Aeon Disc?
I mean, you could. There are heroes that can do it, but I feel like they will not. Monkey King is going for an Abyssal, on their side at least, so... The supports probably aren't getting it. Like, you could argue Bat, but not really a Bat item either.
It's a 15k gold lead at the moment, and we are entering tier 5 neutral item territory. Well, we might not get there. Falcons might want to end before then, but...
That's a good joke. That's funny.
Falcons ending the game. Yeah. X out now for this IO. Like, who do you even burst on the side of Liquid anymore? What's the angle of approach for their next fight?
For Liquid?
Yeah.
I still think the vision is their strength. Like, you are playing with the Monkey King, he's jumping around the trees, giving a lot of vision for the lasso. Whoever you catch, basically, you should be able to burst down. The problem is you are playing into Aegis and into Cheese. The best target to go for would still be Sand King, even through the Aeon Disc. Maybe they could be able to bring him down after, but it's not easy.
Certainly not, especially if a mistake could end the game. Nisha could die back. 4 minutes remaining until he has that back online. Everybody else will have it though. Ace just needs like a couple more creeps to have this available, but it might come, the fight might arrive before he has it. Still 200 gold short.
Doom is back with the speed creep, by the way.
Dire's middle tower
He was like, that stun was okay, it was mediocre, I'd rather move a bit more quickly, gang. Batrider still 90 gold short of buyback.
Lasso?
It's gonna be a lasso onto Tiny. Global Silence will be there, but they've put him inside the Wukong's command, and my goodness, Skeeter
He's so far out.
dies extremely quickly. They should be able to get him afterwards. Global will come again, but the double boundless strike from Mickey ensures that they have the death on Skeeter confirmed. The secondary Global is
Still
wasted
thinking
in the
about
end.
fighting. Malrine is actually pumping up the epicenter, thinking about going in.
Okay. Goes in. Power strike. It's gonna connect onto Ace as well as Mickey. Unfortunately, not enough damage to kill either of them. Ace will eventually die as Amar pops forward, bringing in the Scorched Earth damage. But now Malrine is in danger as well. He's eating so many spells from Nisha. This BKB of the Queen of Pain, keeping her alive. Ace now jumping in with this buyback. Skeeter getting himself forced away. He bought back for this. Wants to try and bring down the IO. He'll succeed in this endeavor. Ace almost died yet. Would have been a dieback, but he gets saved by the false promise. Unfortunately, that means that the spell is not available for Mickey. So Skeeter gets something out of this fight. Monkey dead, 90 seconds, but he does have buy.
The heroes that have died on Liquid all have buyback. That's the Monkey King right now, the only one that's dead, and it seems like his buyback won't even be forced. Meanwhile, on the other side, Tiny bought back. Like, this is like 18k network difference doesn't really matter at all anymore. I think this is all about buyback status. And as long as they keep Monkey without buying back, I think the next fight is kind of favored for Liquid.
Both teams have 2 cores without buyback, or at least their buybacks are on cooldown.
The 40%, by the way, is up, of course, on Rubik. And he did manage this last fight to steal the Shadow Strike.
Hey. Well, this is another hour-long game, my friend.
It's Falcons Liquid.
Yep.
Honestly, not shocked.
worthy tribute.
Cinderan and Sunswan, they've had a very different set of series than us most of these days.
What's the earliest you think you've left the studio?
11?
Like, 10:30, 11, right? It's like our average time here.
For us, at least, we have a much easier job than the coaches, the players, just chilling, talking. Meanwhile, it's hard for Liquid and Falcons. They've been here all day playing. It's one of those days, but that's where fatigue, like you said, really comes into play. In these kind of situations, it's really difficult to decide whether to buy back, whether not to. Do you have all the spells, what it takes to take a team fight? And like just one wrong spell can decide the team fight.
60 minutes beckons. We're getting those items, whether the players like it or not. Amar does pick up an Aghanim Scepter. Now, if they can... Okay, check this out, right? Here's the play. Here's the play. Because of the speed aura, right? You can get close to both the IO and the tethered target. You just stand there, Doom on both of them, then all of a sudden the fight's super simple.
Yeah, Doom the IO and the Oracle at the same time. I mean, sounds simple, probably isn't, but yeah, he does have the Axe Blessing. So he's got the mute, he's got the break, like he has everything, he applies everything with his Doom, and he has the perma score surge because of the level 30. So the movement speed on him is insane.
All right, Falcons. Not gonna let this one extend too late. They remember what happened in game 1. Here they come. Amar going in. He gets hexed by the IO though before he can use his spells. There we go. Finally, the AoE Doom will come out and it prevents the usage of the Wukong's command. There will be a false promise though thrown onto Mickey. Tofu also spamming out the Rain of Destiny, making sure that he will keep Mickey alive. He's good.
The first Global Silence and Doom was used. Liquid will chase.
Okay, so everybody who has refreshers has refreshed. Okay. Liquid will let this one go. They're like, right, surviving for now is cool. Let's wait for our buybacks to return. Who is actually favored at this like stupidly late portion of the game?
I have no idea. I wish I did, but I have absolutely no idea. It all comes down to the way that fight starts and who you can burst down first. Like, you saw the situation. If Doom manages to use Doom before the Hex, I think it's a completely different story, a different fight. But he doesn't, he gets hexed. It delays a little bit, buys time for the monkey.
How many times in your life, Lizard, have you seen IO build Disperser?
Not too many, I have to admit.
This has to be a first, like professionally, right?
Well, here's the thing, right? IO is also level 25. And he actually took the attack tethered ally target thing with 50% damage, the Kritzkrieg or whatever it used to be called. So, I mean, sure, go for Disperser, go for some damage on IO as well. Just attack the same target.
If he gets to this, it will be the first one on record of having this item on an IO. Well, now I really want them to just extend this game. You know, it's always fun seeing new items emerge.
Yeah, let's see the tier 5s. The Zoom Bloodright. Okay. Used to be not a tier 5 item. It's back.
Spider Legs for snaking, Divine Regalia for Skeeter, Book of the Dead for Malrine, Spider Legs for Doom, Dazoon for the Crit Rubik, Fallen Sky for Tofu, Spider Legs for Ace, and then double Minotaur Horn for Nisha as well as Mickey. 20k gold lead, absolutely meaningless. We're just waiting 2.5 minutes for these buybacks to return. But Liquid also know that Roshan will be up in 30 seconds, so they have a very awkward decision to make.
Honestly, the Zune Bloodright with the Timeless Enchantment on Rubik sounds like absolutely insane. Shadow Strike, at least, has been reclaimed by Quap, so he doesn't have Shadow Strike anymore. But he's got 13 Curiosity stacks without the ones being used, right? Like in the fight itself. These debuffs from Rubik are going to last forever, basically. You have to dispel the spell. Like, whatever he casts on you, you have to dispel it, or it's going to last like a minute and a half.
If he steals the lasso now, I wonder how large the range will be. Like the catch range. Question, right? With the larger cost range, does that also extend to the bounce of the lasso? Like, is the secondary target also expanded?
I'm not really sure. I think it does.
Oh, might have a Doom coming out. There's a Lotus, though, immediately out onto Mickey. They jump to the back lines. Ace was looking for snaking, unable to find him. Forced to come back towards Crit.
Rubik.
So they find the Rubik and they kill him. He does buy back, though. Skeeter jumping onto Ace, wanting to bring down the Bat Rider. Spider Legs will get him away. And inside the Wukongs, Amar is losing way too much HP. He needs to run away. He still will try to get himself to safety, but he's dragged up the hill by the lasso of Ace. He is going to end up dead. Will need to buy back if he wants to fight around this Roshan pit. Team Liquid, really heads-up play from the entire team to just protect Mickey, not allow him to get doomed and killed off.
And the lasso as well. The thing is, can they delay this long enough for Rosh to start changing homes? I don't think they can. Like 40 seconds?
They're gonna try. Malrine jumps in. Epicenter with the Burrow Strike. They burst through the Batrider and the IO. Both of them dead. 2 minutes, no buyback. Well, you asked the question, Malrine answered. They've opened the space for Roshan. All of a sudden, it's Falcons that are gonna claim this upcoming Aegis.
Yeah, killing them is a way of delaying, I guess. They didn't have to delay. They could just go in and kill everything in the pit. They will have buybacks, by the way. That's the silver lining, at least for Liquid. The buybacks are down for 20 more seconds on both of these. They bought back a long time ago, so they should have them for the upcoming fight.
65 minutes have gone by. Skeeter has been maxed out for quite some time. And man, Malrine, look at this damage. Oh, that was so sexy.
He doesn't even have too many items, by the way, to pump up the damage on Sand King. Like, his inventory looks super weird. Like, if someone showed you this inventory that Sand King has got, like, it would be one of those Guess the Herald Hero series. Like, yeah. What the hell is going on?
There's no way you think this is like a 65-minute Sand King, but yeah. Here he is. The buybacks have returned. Skeeter wants to force some of them out. They know that they're down 2 buybacks of their own, so they need to equalize this somehow. Amar on the high ground trying to just hit onto these racks. Shadow Strike is finally stolen by Crit, so a lot of damage to go back towards Nisha.
At least they have Purge, right, to spam. Tofu can instantly... You see, the moment Shadow Strike gets applied, instantly the hero pings it. They need to get rid of them. Like, this damage cannot be neglected.
20 seconds until Team Liquid are a full complement again. Shadow Strike and Sonic Wave spam from Nisha. Bought some time, but eventually they knock over the buildings.
Yeah, they will not do the same mistake. Batrider is up in 5 seconds. As long as that hero is up, I don't think you can comfortably take high ground. No matter what kind of an advantage you have, Aegis or not, like, the same thing will happen. The Lasso and Wukong just have so much innate symbiosis, or whatever the word is at this point. I can't even think, but they complement each other. That's what I was trying to get to. Lasso, and then you Wukong command to just completely zone out the enemy team.
Yep.
They won too many fights exactly that way.
Ace now has, Malrine now has an AC. So he's chilling with that one. Even more damage output for this Tiny. And from Amar as well, you know. Amar's no slouch in the right-clicking department. Yes, the primary objective is using the Doom spell, but he's allowed to hit, you know, get off a couple of Infernal Blades. He can make a difference in the fights. This Aegis will be reclaimed in 2.5 minutes. See if Falcons just want to hold on to it long enough to get close to having their own buybacks come back off cooldown.
Rubik. It's only the Crit and the Doom, right? Like, Rubik and the Doom. They're the ones that don't have it. Snaking is lacking a little bit of gold, and that's it.
Okay, now that he has the Aghanim shot with the Spirits, he'll reload bottom, throw out the Book of the Dead, just keep shoving out this wave.
It's a pretty garbo shard, by the way, just to say. This late in the game, maybe early on if you get it, it's okay, but overall doesn't feel that incredible. How close is he? He can purchase this Disperser if he wants to. I think he has enough gold. He actually doesn't have enough gold for buyback after, so needs to farm a little bit more just to have that double Dispel for himself.
Even before he gets the Disperser, it's only the 4th ever time of all time that Diffusal Blade has been bought on IO. There it is. He's just going to buy out. He's only 80 gold short. First ever item on IO. Let's go.
They're just finding any single way that they can to deal with the global, to deal with the Shadow Strike spam from Rubik as well. Disperser, definitely a choice. Like, the movement speed buff as well, isn't it really that bad? Like, if you can use it on someone. Actually, if you can use it on a target that gets doomed, or if you can use it on anyone when the doom is there, Like, the movement speed should allow you at least to run away from him, right? So the idea is there. It's kind of nice. They have one on him and one on Monkey King as well.
69 minutes into the game, 42-29. It's a 14k lead, but who the hell cares about gold?
Nice.
420-69, yeah.
We missed a lot of big numbers, but we didn't miss this one at least.
We had a game where we missed 322 and 420 in the same game.
Eki would be proud. He's a number memer.
Oh, he's in the game. We even missed a 6-7 meme from him.
Yeah.
Liquid smoked up. The Aegis has been reclaimed, and they know that they have a short window where both Doom and the Rubik do not have buyback. So now's the time to shell up, play safe, take 0 risks. And Team Liquid will not be able to find them, will not be able to punish them, so I guess we're at least playing for another few minutes. Missile Blade now out for the Sand King. I like this a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's nice. Like he was missing a little bit of physical damage, but right now with the Aghanim's Blessing as well, then on top of that you've got Abyssal, you've got Stinger to work with.
Nobody really knows where each other are. There are some decent wards outside of the base for Falcons. To give them some decent information, allow them to stay safe while they farm up, to make sure that they have a buyback available for Amar.
There's a couple of level 30s, by the way, that we still didn't get. Like 70 minutes in, these talents are big. Like Sand King is missing his. It's what his old Sandstorm used to do. Just getting some extra Sandstorm slow and blind would be pretty good for the upcoming fights. Batrider as well, by the way, pretty far away. Only level 27 for now.
5 heroes at level 30. Or 4 heroes at level 30. We're about to get the 5th. Snake King actually might be the one to get
Rapier
the first.
IO, by the way.
No way is he buying Rapier.
He's buying it.
No way is he buying Rapier.
I mean, this is a Giga Chad IO.
Oh,
Doom?
they're buying 2 Rapiers. Doom is going to be thrown out, though, directly onto Mickey. Mickey is just gone. They didn't have the IO or the Queen of Pain here to protect him. Now Tofu also in some danger. Eki will show, though. Here he comes, putting out the right-click damage. Nisha also has a Rapier. Now Reen doesn't die because Skeeter interrupted with the beautiful toss to the backside. Snake King gets the global silence out. Tofu is dying, he's falling low. They can't heal him up in time. Tofu dies.
Reen on the right.
Now Reen, though, does end up losing his own life. That's going to enable Nisha to want to re-engage the fight, and especially Mickey to chase. But Amar finds Mickey on the trees. Zeki is there. The global silence comes first, though. Mickey is going to die. It's a dieback for the Monkey King. They lose the IO and the Rapier on the ground. Ace, though, finding an incredible lasso, bragging 2 heroes onto the high ground, allowing Nisha to rein in the damage with his own Divine Rapier. But Amar gets the refresh, gets the Doom out onto the Queen of Pain. She is alone. Skeeter's gonna jump on top of her. Skeeter's gonna get the kill. IO came back with the buyback, picks up a Rapier, but it won't matter. He ends up dead.
The 2 Rapiers, they're both gone.
Team Liquid get wiped after a double Rapier play. It backfires massively, and now Falcons are poised to win Game 3 and go to the final day of PGL Wallachia.
What a Giga Chad play from Team Liquid. It looked, I mean, in the end, it unfortunately didn't work out for them, but what an absolute Giga Chad play to get a Rapier on IO and the co-op.
Tofu.
One Rapier is still on the ground, by the way. They didn't pick it up. They forgot it.
Who cares about the Rapiers? We're trying to kill these heroes. Tofu managing to blink away, but Amar will not allow this escape to happen. Skeeter is there as well. Ace, will he be able to find the lasso? He does. Sonic Wave from Nisha, pushing them back. He got a new Rapier into his inventory. Amar is on the front lines here. His BKB is about to finish. Nisha really wants to try and bring down this Doom. He gets up another BKB off as Malreen jumps in on top of him, peppering them with the Shadow Strikes. Once this BKB ends, he is in a lot of danger. They will play cautiously on the side of Falcons. They know how much damage he can deal, and they also know they have the numerical advantage. A dropped Rapier, call up King Arthur to grab Excalibur or something, man.
They have Purge and they have Lasso on Rubik, keep in mind, so he can jump and catch the Queen of Pain on his own as well. It's not all about the Doom, it's not all about the Rapier and Skitter. Well, just Global Silence, okay? Forcing out the Lotus.
Global used up. He doesn't have a second Global
there's
Silence.
the lasso.
There's the stolen lasso on top of the AoE Doom from Amal. Everybody's dead on Team Liquid. What? GG, well played, will be coming out. Falcons have done it. They steal the rapiers, they steal the victory, and they earn a slot on the final day. Liquid will at least try to do something with Mickey, but he doesn't have enough damage. It's over. Falcons, after 74 minutes, have cracked the Liquid code and earned a spot in the final day.
They cracked the Liquid code. Liquid cracked it a little bit as well.